Welcome guys to Hellstorm Wargaming. Welcome back to the Gibraltar Grand Tournament in Gibraltar.
It is.
I'm joined by Julian. Hi Julian.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great actually.
The guys haven't met you yet, so don't tell us a bit about yourself, about your relation to SM Battle Reports.
Well, yeah, I'm Julian from SM Battle Reports. I'm pretty much mostly in charge of doing the rule set actually for this event and stuff like that. So
you're like the head TO, really?
The head TO, I suppose, yes.
There you go.
I like that.
You're going to sign your name later, Julian, head TO.
Yeah.
So we are back with round 4 of the Grand Tournament. There are 6 rounds of the weekend. We've had 1 game last night, we had 2 this morning, we've got 1 more today, and then we have 2 more tomorrow.
Yep, that's right.
So we've been here currently 6 hours of gaming. About to do another 3 hours. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
You've never done a commentary before?
No, never.
So it's gonna be great, right?
Yeah.
Julie's super pumped. So today we have Darren from Twisted Dice, another YouTube channel, family YouTube channel, so go and check them out. He's running Genestealer Cults versus Ross with Deathguard.
Deathguard, yeah.
So Genestealer Cults, obviously the new flavour of the month, brand new codex.
Yeah.
You're a Genestealer Cults player?
I know them very well. Yeah,
that's good. How do you find them?
I think they're absolutely amazing. Yeah. I really do believe with the right player, they are top tier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I expect it to change the meta, I'm sure it's already changing the meta all over the place.
Darren's currently on 3 wins, Ross is also on 3 wins, so maybe it is. We saw last week at the Warhammer World Grand Tournament that Genestealer Cults actually came second.
Did they?
Yeah, so...
there you go.
Well, there you go. So,
the thing is, I also think that part of it's down to the fact that there's just so many quirks here. It's so new.
Yeah.
People aren't they don't know really what they can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they face the opponent, they get caught by surprise by all the tricks and stuff. So.
Exactly. So I wanted to say hello to everyone in the chat. Jason Rogers, Bobby Holes, how you doing, guys? Just Nikos says recap, please. So that was a bit of a joke because at the LVO he kept asking for recaps and basically got insulted every time. So I'll be doing as many recaps as possible because we do have, sponsored by the Honest Wargamer Roving Report account, as seen by Nikos. Nikos is on there. He's from the Honest Wargamer. So every time we come back, we'll do a full recap of the game. So shall we have a look at the game?
Yeah, let's go
and have a look. So here we are with, this is still the deployment zone, well it's still deploying. Darren actually deployed first, as I've heard.
Right. Okay.
So Darren has deployed 3 vultures. We'll get a big top-down view. He's got 3 vultures in his GC list. That's all he's deployed. Where's the rest?
It's the only thing that has to be deployed, basically. Everything else is this whole blip shenanigans. So.
Yeah, exactly. So with the blips, obviously, with Genestealers, obviously they deploy them and then they don't reveal them until the end of the movement phase if the opponent goes first, or if not at the start of the turn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and obviously Ross is playing Deathguard. He's got it's search and destroy deployments. He's got the 3 play burst controls in the front, and looks like a super aggressive play. So, shall we go through the lists?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Do you want to go for Genestealers first?
Yeah. Have a little look here. So let's see what is running. So we've got a battalion by looks of it. Yeah, battalion, Cult of the Fallen Emperor. So
yeah,
it's pretty much the standard one you'll see now. It is the strongest. The +1 to charge and all that when you're appearing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way to go. So it's running none of the formations though, which I'm a bit surprised. But he's got an Abominant, stock, the Icon Lord in there.
Yeah.
No relic on him either, which is quite interesting. The Patriarch, he's got the relic though, the Amulet of the Void Worm. So that's the +1 to your saving throws, goes for normal saving throws and your vulnerables for the
wow.
shot at.
Okay, that's really good.
That's pretty sweet. He's got the Warlord trait as well for the extra toughness and extra strength, I believe.
Yeah.
Then it looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squads of minimum size acolytes, so 5 man units of acolytes, each with 2 heavy rock swords.
Okay.
So that is quite a lot of hard hitting units.
Yeah, so what's the profile of the rock sword?
The profile is double your strength, so in this case it'd be strength 8.
Yeah.
-4 to damage.
Wow, okay. -4 is super good. -2 damage is really good.
That is, and they've got 2 attacks apiece as well each one.
So wow, that's a lot of damage coming out.
It's pretty beastly, that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Then he's spent a lot of points here. 2 units of 10 Aberrants.
Ouch. So these are the hard-hitting Genestealer Cult unit, right?
Yeah, these are the most durable of all of them.
Yeah. So they reduce damage by 1 when they get shot. They have a 5 up ignore damage.
Yeah.
Which is super strong. And then they got power, basically thunder hammers in combat.
Well, he's equipped them with power picks.
Okay.
So he's got 8 power picks, and then he's got 2 Avant Hypermorphs. So he hasn't gone with a Thunder Hammer loadouts yet.
Okay, so he's got the power picks and the 2 heavy improvised weapons. The heavy improvised weapons are basically like the big lampposts they carry around, right?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Really cool models that. So yeah, both units are kitted the same there.
Yeah.
Then he's got his Clamorous for the extra charge, +1 to charge when they appear.
Yeah.
Kellamorph to snipe out characters.
Sure.
Sanctus, another sniper. He's the actual sniper.
He's got the silencer sniper rifle.
Yeah, he's great for taking out snipers and stuff like that.
Sure.
Then we've got a small unit of bikes with no demo charge or anything, just shotguns on them. So
Okay. Fast moving, can grab objectives, right?
yeah, that's basically the just beyond
Good for
that.
Maelstrom, right?
Yeah. And then he's got his guards, fly detachments.
So the air wing.
With the 3 vultures.
3 vultures.
And 2 punching Gatling cannons on each.
Yeah, so and a heavy bolter. So these have 43 strength 5 -1 shots each. For 160 pounds. It's just great, right?
Yeah.
It's just great. But he does have a lot of DACA, but he's up against the most disgusting resilient of the game. He's against Ross Champion with Deathguard. So I'll quickly go through his list. He has 2 Demon Princes of Nurgle, both with Miasma of Pestilence, both have Malefic Talons, but one of them, and both have wings, but one of them is the Warlord. He has Arch Contaminator, so that's re-rolling wounds if you are playing weapon within 7, which is super good, and the Suppurating Plate, so that gives the Demon Prince a 2+ save, and also if you cause a wound in combat, on a 4+, you take 1 wound.
Oh yeah.
So it's super good. So if you get some aberrants in, it's just going to be like, they're just going to be fighting each other, but they're going to be killing each other at the same time, which is amazing.
I hate facing that anytime.
It's super tough, toughness 7, 8 wounds, really good, right?
That's great.
Or toughness 6, sorry. So then he's got a unit of Plague Marines. He's got 5 Plague Marines with 2 Blight Launchers. And then he's got 5 Plague Marines with 2 Blight Launchers. He's also got 5 Plague Marines with 2 Blight Launchers.
Didn't see that coming.
And guess what he's got in the end? 5 Plague Marines with 2 Blight Launchers.
Right.
So 4 units of Plague Marines, all with double Blight Launcher. So these are really good with the Demon Prince giving reroll wounds because they've got all Plague weapons.
Yeah.
D3 shots, pretty standard. They can move and shoot at like really good range. So then he has 2 Foul Blight Spawn, and these are my favourite Deathguard unit. So I actually used 3 last week. So these are the 9-inch auto-hitting flamers that are strength 2d6, -3 and 3 damage each.
Wow.
So they will rip those vultures apart if they get close.
Absolutely.
So, and then he's got 3 Myphitic Blight Haulers, which are the little track guys with the, they have the missile launcher and multi-melters. So because there's a unit of 3 of them, they get +1 to hit. So they're BS4, which is pretty, BS3, sorry, while there's 3 of them in the unit. So, and then he has 3 elephants. There's 3 elephants versus 3 elephants. It's 3 Plague Burst Crawlers with Plague Spitters, which are the auto-hitting flamers, right? And then they got the heavy sluggers as well. So,
excellent.
So they're the list.
Should be quite interesting.
So,
actually.
as a Genestealer cult player, but versus this horrific tide of unstoppable fury, who do you think's going to win the game? What are your odds on? What would you put money on?
I do think that Genestealer cards are going to struggle a lot because he's got a lot of auto-hitting like flamer style weapons and stuff like that. So, and he's only got minimum size units and no means of like stopping the. I mean, he does have 1 psychic power that prevents an Overwatch.
Yeah.
So he could.
Is that Mass Hypnosis?
That's the Mass Hypnosis. Yeah, he's got Mass Hypnosis and Might from Beyond on his character. So he could stop one of them. But the other ones are going to struggle really. I mean, if the Deathguard position themselves quite right, they can basically dictate where he's going to ambush from.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you have like those plague crawlers in the front, he's going to have a pretty difficult time.
Yeah, that toughness 8, invulnerable save, ignore damage on 5, which is just horrific. So look, Darren did set up first, so I presume, I don't know if we had a seize or just Ross let him go first. However, but Darren's 3 cards to start with are Defend Objective 3, Overwhelming Firepower and Supremacy. So Defend Objective 3, number 3 is the top right corner for the objective. So that one is this one here. So that's, oh, I missed. The objective seems to have slid a little bit. So that is Objective 3 there. Overwhelming Firepower is a kill unit and Supremacy. So hold 3 objectives and it'll score 2 points for Maelstrom. So they're the 3 cards. I said the mission is, we're playing 2 missions at the same time, Julian.
Yes.
Is this because you hate everybody?
Yeah.
You rolled the missions,
We want to make it as difficult as possible.
So we've got the primary mission is the Eternal War, right? So that is the 4 pillars.
That is the 4 pillars, yeah.
So this is what everyone seems to dub the ITC mission, because this is where you have to hold more objectives and kill more units.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
but they can only be held by troops.
That's true.
Yeah.
So those jackals basically he's facing now aren't really going to be able to do all that much for his primary.
No, exactly. I'm going to try and draw them out if I can find a mouse.
They're gonna just have to primarily focus onto the maelstrom ones.
Exactly. So there's a mission, there's an objective there, there's an objective there. I believe there'll be an objective under this playboss crawler or somewhere, or maybe here, somewhere around there for the objectives for the 4 pillars, right?
Yeah.
But then we have the 6 preset maelstrom objectives. So we have number 1, number 2, which is here, number 3, which is there, and then
Assassin is taking a toss at the wall already.
oh, we're already into the shooting phase. We're not even ready, Julian.
He's gone past. He's finished his movement phase. He's gone past the psychic phase.
Straight into the demon prince, right?
And he's going straight. Yeah. He's going against the load.
Okay. So it's the sniper. So because he's the sniper guy for the GT of the cults. So what's his special rule against psychers?
Well, if he causes a wound, he forces the perils like straight up.
Yeah. Wow.
So then you can also he hasn't got it equipped in this game, but you can also equip him with a relic. So you have +2 to your damage. It basically means that on a 4-up he's doing mortal wounds.
Yeah. Rossi's taking a big gulp of his beer already. He looks very stressed. He needs something stronger. So get that man a whiskey right now. So the thing is Ross was saying to me just before the game that he has no idea what any of these units does, so he's just going to run at it. So I think that's a perfect tactic. Perfect tactics for this game. Just charge it. Just run at it so we play best scrollers.
Yeah.
So
Ross apparently only just discovered that he's got 43 strength 5 shots. That's why he's had to take a nice good swig of his beer to calm himself down.
Did you know that's per player, not all 3 together?
Yeah.
It's 129 shots. 129 strength 5 -1 shots. It's just horrific.
That is absolutely horrific, to be honest.
So there you go, 160 points each. Would you say that's a fair balance unit? Julian's face, everybody.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So there you go. So
he is missing a lot of hurt, so
it looks like we're shooting.
That's Darren all over, really, from my experience.
Yeah. So I believe the Punishers aren't -1, but the heavy bolters are.
Yeah, Punishers are just straight up.
Just straight 5.
Yeah.
So he's shooting. I'm not sure what he's shooting at the minute, but I'm sure Mission Impossible Teddy will tell us what the Vulture is shooting.
12 saves.
Onto which unit?
Onto which unit? The Deathguard.
On the first unit of Playgrounds. Yes, thank you, Toby. Mission Impossible has just failed. So the Vulture, you can find a mouse. The Vulture is shooting into these Playgrounds here. Do you see that straight arrow, Julian?
Yeah.
It's brilliant,
Yeah,
right?
that's
artistic
fantastic.
genius. It's a lot harder than people think to aim with this. So
he just made all his 12 saves.
He's made all 12 saves with the Playgrounds. He does not need whiskey. Get that man a fresh spring water.
That is before discussing resilience as well. So that he just basically really wasted his time.
12 free-ups, basically. Ace Face says, I'm stuck at work, but joining by Twitch, my boy. Good luck, bring it home for Twisted Dice. So yeah, so Darren is part of the channel Twisted Dice, along with Ace Face, and there's Sean as well at this event. So they are another YouTube channel, so make sure you do go and check them out. So Darren is currently the champion of Twisted Dice currently, because he's the one with the most wins.
Is he? I don't believe that.
Out of the Twisted Dice crew.
Something's gone wrong there.
Darren, of all people.
He's taking shots now with his next vulture at the same unit, see if he actually does something this time.
Yeah, so he's still shooting at this unit here with the vultures.
Not looking good, apparently.
No, so the thing is just so much firepower. I mean, yeah, the toughness 5, so he's running on 4s, but it's just so many shots, and they can just rip anything apart.
Yeah.
So how many saves we've got to take?
He's got another 12 saves to make.
12 again?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's failed 2. So there's 2 discussing resilience. Can we see what the result is? It looks like at least 1 failed.
It takes 1 damage.
It takes 1 damage. So the most broken flyer currently in the game causes 1 wound. from two of them. That's 86 shots.
That's, yeah, 86 for 1 damage.
Absolutely.
He spent his points wisely there.
Yeah. The thing is like it's got so many shots, but those Plague Marines are tough as 5.
I know.
So it's wounded on 4s. Normal infantry would be wounded on 3s, right? But it's wounded on 4s because they are tough as 5s, and then they get that 5-up save afterwards. So super tough.
Yeah. Let's see, he's got his final one now to shoot, so see if he actually does something
at
more
the same
than
unit.
one.
So 3 vultures, all at this one unit.
He's going for first strike, obviously, but
yeah,
it's not looking like it's going to get it at this point.
It's not. It does not look like it. Most broken flyer with a kappa face says Gib GT. It's just not working. It's not broken. It's just underpointed, basically. That's what I'm saying. It's a fairly solid unit. It's just so cheap for what you get.
It's got 10 saves this time to make.
Okay, so that is
already not looking good.
That is 34 saves on that unit of Plague Marines.
He's failed 3 there.
So he's failed 3. Here we go. How many discussing was it? Oh, it looks like it's 3 failed.
2 dead, yeah.
2 dead. So 129 shots. 3 dead. That is fair, right? That's fair. Toby's face right now is absolutely picture perfect, right? I wish I had that on camera. 129 shots, 3 wounds, 3 dead Plague Marines.
I don't think it's going to be taking any more sips of that beer. I don't think he needs it now, really. I think
he's just having a great
he's pretty
time.
Comfortable with this.
So I believe that is the end of Darren's turn.
I
think that was quite short.
Appear to have all that much.
It looks like a lot of things. Because we call, obviously, you can put most of your army in reserve, right?
Oh yeah. I think it's spent the 1 CP to reserve 3 more of his units. So
okay, cool.
So that lets you go over the limit.
Yeah. So we'll put him down
He hasn't got any points so far.
So no points scored. Obviously, looking up for that first strike. I don't think the Plague Marines can fail them around. They've lost 3, but at least 8. They might be able to lose 1.
Yeah.
But obviously, there you go. There's the morale. Looks like it's a pass. There we go. So obviously, there's still 2 black launches there. So he's lost a couple of bolters, but really lost no firepower. That's it, which is crucial. So for objectives, it looks like Darren's currently holding no objectives for the 4 pillars. And he killed no units. So if Ross kills 1 unit and holds 1 objective, he'll get 2 points to the primary.
He's got no maelstrom either. He's had to discard all his maelstrom now due to the rules of the mission.
Of course, attacks opportunities are where you have one chance to score them, or they're gone.
I mean, you can spend the 2 CPs to keep one of them for an extra turn, but you probably wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just getting a bit of an update from the table. Toby on Mission Impossible. So yeah, there we go. So we're going into Ross's turn 1. It looks like the Demon Prince is going up with the Plagueburst Crawlers to give him the rerolls. Nice and close with them auto-hitting flames that are rerolling wounds. But while Ross does the movement phase, why don't we find out what's happening in the rest of the event, Julian? Do you want to know what's happening in the rest of the event?
I would like to know.
Yeah. So we get the beautiful Mr. Stephen Pardo. Here he is. So Stephen Pardo with an update for the rest of what's happening at the Gibraltar Grand Tournament.
Hello guys, and welcome to another update. I've got smiles from the live stream, so they're happy that I'm giving them a break. I think one of them wants to go to the toilet maybe, so they're happy. I don't know why they're smiling, but so it's an interesting game on the live stream. I've been about last 10 minutes there watching, so it's a really interesting list. I think Ross has made a big mistake with having the plague crawlers in the front lines. I wouldn't have done that personally. I would have let them further back. I would have put them at the back. But it's interesting to see if he has a plan or if he's actually done a mistake. But it's looking really, really interesting. Both armies are absolutely stunning as well. So I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so a couple of updates, mainly on the top tables. So I'll start with table 1. So Matt Trigay and his Cadians, so his Astra Militarum, is playing Ben Jones and his Jakari. So both are on top points. They both have 32 points twice, and then Matt got 26 in the last game, and Ben Jones I think has got 25 in his last game. So basically equal in points. Matt Trigay and his Imperial Guard have just seized the initiative. So it's a big bust for Ben, but it's looking good. Ben's quite calm at the moment. I don't think he actually minded if Matt went first. So I think he's got a plan in it. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, the games have just started. Most of it are still in turn 1. So it's very difficult to get a feel of what's actually happening. But I think I'll update you guys on what's going on, who's going first and all that. And I'll take notes further along to get you started and give you a bit more feedback of what's actually happening. You know, normally you get into the game as from turn 2. So in table 2 we have Chema, again the Spanish player, like I've mentioned before. He's playing David McHill, the dark horse that I've mentioned. I have a good feeling about David and his Custodes. He's a really good player. I've been watching him slowly. He's a very good player. He's also going first. Chema hasn't played Custodes a lot, he's just mentioned to me. So he's a bit iffy to see what's actually happened. He doesn't know what's actually happening, what he's moving, and he's asking a lot of questions because he actually hasn't played Custodes much. David McHill is also using a lot of the Forge World units, which you don't see a lot on the tables, so it's even worse for Chema, because he's just told me that a couple of the games he hasn't played against any of the Forge World ones. So it's interesting to see what happens there. Table 3, we've got Luke Hewitt, who just played the Genestealer cult and got a draw. He just played Darren Allen, who is currently on the live stream, and they got a draw. Apparently it was a really, really good game. He's playing Joseph Moscardini. So for those who have been on the live stream as from Friday, Joe Moscardini lost on the live stream on game 1. Still got a couple of points, but minor loss there for Moscardini. But he's actually pulled back. I think he's won most of his games after that. So he's won on the top tables as well. And he's playing El Alitok. So Elder Alitok by captained by Luke Hewitt. So that would be interesting as well. Obviously, I'll update you further along. On table 4, we've got Boris, again from the Bad Moon Cafe in London. So if you haven't been there, it's a really nice cafeteria. He actually won his game before, and he's playing now Clemente from United States with a really, really good Astra Militarum Cadian army. He also has a knight in there as well. Clemente is actually going first, if I'm not mistaken. No, Boris is going first at the moment, so he's just doing his movement phase and he's gone into the shooting phase, obviously targeting the knights before he targets anything other. So I'll give you some feedback on what's happening in that in a couple of minutes. On table 7 we've got Jay Middlecoat and his Imperial Knights. So we saw him on the live stream before. He's playing Craig Murchie and his Talos list. Yeah, both players lost now in the game before, so both are looking for the win now to get into the top 4 tables again. On table 8, we've got Toby Lydiard, so another little dark horse with his Custodes. So it's really cool to see Custodes doing really well. Again, a lot of Forge World units, a lot of Dreadnoughts in that area. He's actually going first against Adrian Boral. So really, really, I don't know how that will go. Toby's going full aggressive on that. He's moving all his army towards it, straight in. You know, Adrian is the guy with the 3 super heavies, so the 2 Bane Hammers and the Macarius. So he's going straight for that. You know, you want to get those Dreadnoughts into combat straight away and basically hit them in close combat and drag them out the way. Table 11, we've got Ryan Kemp playing Lyle Torok, and that's an excellent game. I think that's going to be one of the best games in game 3. The game 4, actually, already. Yeah, game 4, wow. So I think that's going to be a very interesting game. They're playing in a big ruined city where there's big 3 massive ruined warehouses in the middle. So it's very difficult to get line of sight. And that's a very, very interesting game, actually. So I'll probably update you quite a lot on that game. And finally, we've got on table 15, we've got Josh Hall and Lee Dignam. Lee Dignam representing the Gibraltar Warhammer Club. And we've got Josh Hall, which was on the live stream on the first game with his Alitok. Both players were doing really well, but again, both players lost the last game, so they're looking for the win. So it'll be interesting to see who actually gets that win. And that's about it for now, guys. So I'll pass you on to Mikey. Mikey, you ready? Yeah? Okay, see you soon.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Pardo, for the sponsored by Honest Wargamer Roving Reporter. So guys, welcome back. I'm Mike from Hellstorm Wargame. I'm joined by Julian from Hellstorm Battleports. This is round 4 of the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. We have Ross with Deathguard versus Darren with Genestealer Cults. And they are playing out, so this is the 4 pillars and targets of opportunity. So we've just seen turn 1 from Darren. He's got 3 vultures that shot into a unit of Plague Marines, 129 strength 5 shots. How many wounds have you been that causing you into Plague Marines?
3.
Only 3. Only 3 wounds caused. So absolutely whiffer of that one. He passed 12 saves and then he passed 10 saves and made a disgusting resilient and then he failed another 2 or something like that. It's just absolutely horrific. So I'll quickly go over what cards Ross has. He has Scour the Skies, a Killer Flyer, Witch Hunt's a Killer Psyker, and Defend Objective 5. Objective 5 is this one, down in the centre of the board, if I can find a mouse, which I can't.
Now, Witch Hunt is a bit unfortunate because you won't be able to achieve that this turn by the
No.
Scour the Skies is a perfect card to get though.
Yeah, and he's defended it with the unit Plague Marines.
Oh yeah, so because of that, he's already got his advanced as crawlers towards the vulture, because obviously they can still shoot once they've advanced there.
You can shoot the flamers anyway, because they're
shoot the flamers,
weapons, which is important, right? They auto hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're just going to get an update from the table as well. What else has happened?
So he's fired with 1 plague per scroll already. He's forced him to do 8 saves.
8 saves into one of the flyers?
Yeah, he's suffered 4 damage so far, and now he's going along with the second plague per scroll.
Okay.
See if he can do the business now.
Do we know which vulture's being shot? Which one's actually being damaged?
I believe it's the closest.
We'll find out. We'll find out from the table which one's been damaged. Which vulture is taking the damage? There's the magic finger by Toby. This vulture is currently taking the damage. So he's lost 4 wounds already from one of the plague burst scrolls and getting shot again.
Oh, it's taken a total of 9 damage now.
9 damage so far. Do we know how many wounds they have? Is he like 12?
12, I believe, yeah. 12.
So 3 wounds remaining roughly.
And one of the other vultures took 3 damage as well, down to smite in the previous cycle.
Okay, so I presume this will be this one, because this is the closest vulture to him. Yeah. So that one's taking 3 wounds. This one's got 3 wounds. So horrific. Scour the Skies is looking very tasty this turn, right?
It's looking, extremely doable right now.
Yeah. Mikey, did the game 2 and 3 stream? They have 14 wounds. The Flyers have 14 wounds. Yeah. So not 12, my apologies. So this one will have 5 wounds remaining. Mikey, the game 2 and 3 stream, yes they did. This morning we had me and Toby commentating on the game, and then the last game we had Toby and Nick from SN commentating on the game. So really, really good opponents. We had Crackrold Eldar and versus Tau, and then we had oh god, I can't remember what was it was Imperial Knights versus Guard. I was like, that happened like half an hour ago. It's been a long day, everyone. So what we heard from the table?
Well, apparently he's firing the Plague Marines into the damaged vulture already. He's obviously trying to remove his final wounds, trying to pot off any last wounds there to get that Scour the Skies and first strike.
But nothing happened so for the first unit.
No.
I had an eye view to Toby. So basically, if he kills his flyer, not only does he get first strike, he also gets Scour the Skies. So that's point for both. And Targeted Tunic, is it kill points as well?
Well, yes, because he would have had more kills in that turn as well, so you'll get an extra point.
So you get a point for that, and you get 4 pillars, which is hold more objectives in the turn and kill more units. So if he kills 1 flyer, every single box is changing, and that's good. That's good.
Looking good.
So
you'll only miss out on Witch Hunter, but I think that's a fair trade-off, really, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So kill 1 unit, get 5 points, or get Psychos, which is not going to happen.
He's just done 6 damage to the vulture, so he's killed the first vulture already. So
there we go. That is first strike. First strike, Scour the Skies, target to opportunity point, and kill more units for 4 pillars. That's loads of points.
That's it.
There's so many points.
That was the Black Launcher that finished your job off. So.
Yeah, so Black Launchers from all the Plague Marines, which are all re-rolling wounds.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
It's insane.
It's been answered, but I'll just confirm that all the Plague Burst Crawlers do have the Plague Spitters, which are the flamer variant, so they can move and shoot all the flyers that fang. They can ransom to shoot, so whatever. They always hit, auto hit, which is really good.
He was firing the artillery cannon at the Jackals, but obviously he mustn't have done anything because you get a -1 for moving, and then the Jackals is an extra -1, so you'd be hitting on 6.
Yeah. So the mortar is an assault weapon, right?
Yeah. So I don't think that's done anything there. No.
So I said, with his list, it's so resilient, but also has all those flavors. And Darren's main output is those 3 vultures, right? He's really good at killing chaff, but not good at killing toughness 5 Plague Marines, it seems. So we've got an update from the table. Is there anything happening?
Well, yeah, it's firing some more bolters to try and pick off some more wounds of that vulture.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's managed to pick off 3 wounds.
Wow. From this one that's already damaged.
It's not looking good for Darren.
So it's already taken 6 wounds. So it'll have 8 remaining.
Yeah.
That's maths.
That's
That's the basic numeracy.
Yeah.
Which armies have looked especially good to you? So these two armies are absolutely beautiful. I put a couple of pictures on Instagram, and I've linked both of those guys' Instagram pages, Twisted Dice and Rapid Fire Wargaming. From Twisted Dice is Darren, Rapid Fire Wargaming is Ross. So that you can both see their armies. They are both absolutely fantastic, and both no retreat attendees as well.
They're both, both of them.
So they both know how to paint. They know their way around a bush.
He's shooting his blight launchers now at the same vulture.
Okay, so basically, if you can get rid of 2 of these flyers, it kills all of Darren's movement, and it gets rid of his chaff kill. So yeah, I say it's a lot of firepower, D3 damage everywhere. So there you go. So it looks like it took some more damage.
No, 3 more damage now from one.
Another 3. So he's taken 9.
Multi-melter.
So multi-melter did 3 more wounds.
Taking 8 wounds remaining on him now.
8 wounds remaining. Okay, so maybe that's not basic numeracy. Maybe it's really complex statistics. So he's got 8 wounds remaining.
He's got a command point as well to reroll one of the hits.
Okay, so 8 wounds remaining on that bullshit.
Still missing anyway, so
still -1 to hit the off flyers, unless they can hover, but obviously they are still in the air to keep them survivable, right?
You wouldn't want to be hovering at this point already.
No, exactly. Twisted Dice is right, yeah, really great channel. Sean is also here from Twisted Dice at this event. I know Pardo's been keeping up, he's playing Death Watch, as he'd say. Not Death Watch, Death Watch. But no, really great dudes. Really great dudes. It looks like we've got a little bit more shooting left, but I think that'll probably be about everything for the shooting Deathguard.
Tell you what, Genestealer cards are going to really struggle this week, wouldn't you?
It's all going to depend on that retaliation with the cult ambush.
It's always like for turn 2. Every game I've played with Genestealer cards, like turn 1, you
survival mode.
It's survive, You've just got to survive. Once you survive that, then you can really like bring on a lot of pain.
Exactly, yeah, I totally agree.
The only problem is that he's brought 3 vultures expecting to give some pain, and he's done nothing.
They've done nothing but lost the vulture, and the other one is half dead. So absolutely great shooting there by Ross. All of those flamers being perfect for killing these sort of things. Flyers are really heavy in the meta at the minute, so bringing anti-flyer guns is really good. So
just heard that Ross has got 2 of the internal war points, so 2 for the primary already.
Okay, so that'll be hold more and kill more, right?
Yeah. He's got 1 for the Maelstrom point, which would have been the Scout of Skies.
Yeah.
And he's got 1 for tertiary.
First strike.
First strike, so looking good on his front.
Really good so far. There you go, so it's 2-1-1 to 0-0-0 in Darren. So Darren's turn 2, this is going to be the crucial turn, right?
This is it, yeah.
Yeah. So if
he doesn't do it now,
it's that game. Do you think? Could you say that's game? Could we say it that early?
Yeah, I probably would, to be honest.
Okay.
when
you are the
so
Genestealer cult
flamers, and just 5 man units.
They're all -1 or -3, 3 damage.
He's going to really pick his targets carefully, to be honest. Because he can only prevent 1 of those plate bowlers from firing the Overwatch. So,
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say I've actually played both of these players before at No Retreat events, and they both know their armies very well. I played Ross at the last No Retreat. I played Darren at No Retreat 5. They are both really good players. They're obviously good players, so they've won 3 games already, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. So this is Battle Round 4. Round 4 going into Battle Round 2 for the Genestealer cults.
We also have to see, because one of Ross's cards is defending 5, so we're going to have to see if Darren's going to try and do something about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Try and move him off 5.
Yeah, defending 5 is just here.
It's very, very doable, to be honest. He's left it extremely open. So.
I mean, 2 vultures should be able to kill that unit, right?
Yeah, if anyone else is probably playing it, yeah.
No, exactly. I'm going to change the colour.
Even just a 5-man acolyte unit coming from there, as long as it can make its charge into what looks like Blake Reeves on the bottom there, he should be able to contest that, kill a few Marines, denying that defense.
Yeah.
See what he's going to do at this point.
There you go. So
he's already fighting, he's already losing.
So he's flying over those plague marines, making sure that he doesn't cock up his direction, because if he does, he'll end up flying off the board turn 3, right?
Yeah, he'll be forced to hover, and then that'll be the
well, yeah, that's when you're getting charged. That's when you're getting shot easily. You know, play-based crawlers charging into you is not fun. It's not fun. So here we go, second movement. So going super aggressive.
It does look like he's going to force himself to hover next turn at this rate. He's gone well into
because obviously, yeah. So the next movement is going to be this way, because that's the only way he can move. And can he land on that ship? Probably not. I don't think there's enough movement there, and he can't go this way because he'll fly off.
No.
So that'll be it. So it'll be the hovering or bust, right? And then you've got the counter charge, which means the vultures are flying out of combat, which means they can't then counter charge something else. So
the vultures, to be honest, the vultures is a good way to deny some of that flame.
Yeah, exactly.
For the dollar little units to be dropping.
But here we are, the most important bit. This is the cult ambush. It looks like some CPs have been spent for the perfect ambush. Which perfect ambush are we going to go for?
I'm going to guess it's probably one of the average units. He's invested so many points into those. It's got to be. I mean, you could use on a Patriarch as well to move your way through. Yeah. He's got a smaller footprint, obviously.
Yeah.
The Patriarch. Exactly. More than likely, I'm assuming it'll be one of the average units.
So do you think it'll be the one? So there's obviously three options with a perfect ambush, right? There's one that lets you shoot.
You can either, when you appear, you can either shoot as if it was a shooting phase.
Sure.
Or the other option is to move D6.
Move D6, okay. So he's going to move D6 with the aberrants, I presume. We're going to find out where they're going. I'm not sure. I don't think he's counting his units out at the minute. But he's got so many aberrants. He's got aberrants coming out of his ears. And the tray.
That's a lot of aberrants.
That is a scary amount of aberrants. Yeah. These are as tough as plague greens, if not tougher.
Yeah. I mean,
they're safe, but they reduce that damage by 1.
Exactly. So it's like, they stay within the banner as well. They get to reroll the 1s for the Kilo Pain roll they get. You can also spend 2 CP at the start of this turn to improve that Kilo Pain to 4+.
Amazing.
So all of a sudden you've got 4+ Kilo Pain, rerolling 1s.
And reducing damage. Yeah. Is that more broken than a Wave Serpent?
I don't know.
It's basically the same.
The difference is that these can actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they can.
Wave Serpent damage.
That's how they're walking around with lampposts and picks. I mean, you don't want to get in combo with those guys, right?
It's quite interesting. I'm assuming he's going to be putting his Patriarch there to deny that big cooler moment. Otherwise,
exactly.
That's going to really hurt.
Yeah, as Bobby Halsey pointed out, if the Demon Prince smashes a 3-1 fire, it could explode and cause multiple wounds on the play greens. It could, yeah. So we do have a Demon Prince here. And we also have a Demon Prince here. So this one could go down and counter charge the flyers. But obviously, he's got to get in combat, right? And you don't want that shoot your Demon Prince in Overwatch. That would be horrific. And then if he does whiff or fails, then the vultures could then hover, turn around and shoot the Demon Prince. Which you get, again, it's that many shots and like, it's probably going to do some wounds, right? You don't want him taking damage, especially with the Warlord. So we will see what they're going to do. This is great. Nikos says, "This is great, guys. So I have to go and deliver blood letter to my friend's knights." No worries, brother. Thank you very much for tuning in. Massive shout out to the Honest Wargamer.
5-inch move now with his D6 roll for perfect ambush.
Wow. Okay. Good. Yeah, that is really good. So what? If they infiltrate 9, move 5, that's a 4-inch charge, right?
That's 4-inch, but he's got Cult of 4-armed Emperor, so it's 3-inch charge now. If he's got Camerus in there,
okay.
It's 2-inch charge.
2-inch charge. That is horrific. That is absolutely horrific. So Cult of 4-armed Emperor is the one that gives you the a plan. What's the strategy called?
A plan in the making, I think.
A plan in 1,000 generations in the making.
Yeah.
There you go. So that is a 4 CP stratagem. Basically,
stop.
Of course.
It stayed at 3.
Of course. It's 3 CP, 1 use only though.
Yeah.
And that is essentially the same as the Dark Eldar Vect. It stops another stratagem going off on a 2-6. If he rolls a 1, it doesn't go off. But he has that in his pocket.
Yeah. It's so good.
Like a clutch moment, like the Deathguard obviously have the Cloud of Flies, which is you can't target infantry unless the closest model. Yeah. Super good stratagem if it's really clutch on like holding objectives and stuff like that. That can get stopped. There's to be honest, it's like auto exploding. 3 mortal wounds on the playbook scrollers. I'm trying to think of really good stratagems. Like there's veterans on longbow +1 to wound.
Yeah.
There's it's good to have that in his pocket, right?
Definitely.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The thing is, as well, when you compare it to like the Chikari, yeah, because GW FAQ'd is that the GC can't only use it once. They remain, we kept it at 3 command points, but you can use it once.
Because it's the same strat as the Vex, right?
Yeah, so it makes it a bit
it makes it more interesting.
But the thing is, with Chikari, you're more often than not just only going to use it the once anyway in the game. So I think it's better, really, to be honest, because it is only costing 3 CP instead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good. It could change a game.
Yeah. Hey, Scatter Dice Gaming, how's it going? Is that Julian, the
Phil? Pirate right here?
Is Julian the pirate?
Yeah.
Because he's a Corsair. You're a Corsair player, by aren't you, really? He just left Corsair in the dirt after he basically got all the rules taken away.
Oh, God, just don't. It hurts.
How ironic that they had the rules stolen back from the pirates, right?
They're such a good army. They were too good, in fact, to be honest.
Yeah, they were pretty
far
good.
too good.
Yeah.
But now I can't use it.
Yeah. So we're currently still in Darren's movement phase. He's just finished off Perfect Ambush. And maybe we could find out what cards Darren has for this turn. Because I presume he's drawn some. Has he drawn some? He has drawn some.
Spending a lot of time here trying to figure out what he's going to do. This is make or break.
This is crucial.
Like
So while those two guys sweat over those cards, over that movement, we'll look at the cards. So he has Defend Objective 6, which is the one in the bottom corner, which is down here. No chance.
Well, there's nothing there in the bottom right. He could infiltrate something on the bottom right.
Well, it's obviously his unit of Flame Marines. He could infiltrate and then charge in.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would be super good to get Defend Objective 6. He's also got Defend Objective 2, which I believe he's grabbed with his Abominance, because Objective 2 is in the middle around here. Problem is I'm using a red pen on a red battle mat, so it's really difficult to try and aim it.
That you can get with the Jackals quite good, actually, quite nicely.
Yeah. But it is, if he's infiltrating, it's in the movement phase, right?
It's at the end of the movement phase, yeah.
So hopefully you don't see any movement from any of the units. We don't want none of that. We've seen that in the live stream before, it didn't go well. And then we have behind enemy lines. So if he does decide to infiltrate in the bottom corner, like you're pointing out, to get Defend Objective 6, then he could get behind enemy lines also with the same unit.
Well, that's probably why he's just thrown his 2 flyers over there.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So behind the lines, he's actually already scored.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we'll leave the cards in a place where Toby can come and get them again. But yeah, so I think that's the end of the ambush. Or has he still got more to bring on? He might have more. I guess when he's got all them units in reserve, he's got to make sure this is right.
This is quite interesting. It looks like he's putting some acolytes. Oh, I see what he's doing here. He's using that little piece of terrain to deny the Overwatch.
Interesting. So he can charge through the wall because he's infantry, and charge into the playbow scroller and stop it shooting.
That's good.
All it needs to make is a 9-inch charge.
9 inch? What? 8 inch?
Right, it's 8 inch because you get +1 when you call ambush. Because you get +1 turn 1 charge. You get +1 the first turn, but then you get +1 the turn you arrive as well. Right? So after this turn, you won't have +1, but any unit arriving will get +1.
Yeah.
So only an 8 inch charge.
Yeah.
Very doable.
It all depends where he puts his Clamorous as well. That guy gives a +1 to the charge aura.
Does he really need the +1 with all his aberrants that are like 4 inches away, maybe 3 inches?
He wouldn't need it for obviously the one. I mean, he spent the CPs to make them. He's got a good roll with a roll of 5.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't waste them there.
No. We've also seen what looks like the Patriarch has arrived here. The Brute Lord type character with a big alien head, which looks super cool. He's right there. And it looks like another unit of Acolytes is going down.
Looks like more Acolytes, Darren's only down to 4 command points now, which is quite...
Yeah. The Perfect Ambush is super good, but it's also very expensive. And an 8 CP army.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously use the CPs to move all these put extra units in reserve.
He spent 1 extra to keep them in reserve as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's 4 CP down already. Completely 0 points across the board.
Yeah. 4 CP left and nothing to show for it yet.
Well, this is it. This is the gamble now. This is the Genestealer cults coming into play. This is what they do. They arrive from nowhere and hit you with lampposts and bricks. So again, in this format, this is the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. This is SM Battle Report's first Grand Tournament.
guessed first.
In Gibraltar.
In Gibraltar, yeah. Who would have guessed it?
The mission is broken down into three. We have the primary, which is the Eternal War, which we're playing with 4 pillars. We have the secondary, which is Target's Opportunity, which is a Maelstrom mission with 3 cards. You have one battle round to score them essentially. One of your turns, when your opponent's turn, and then when it gets to your turn, if you haven't scored it, it gets discarded. And then we have the tertiary, which is First Strike, Landbreaker, Warlord. Usually the secondary of the mission. So we're currently in the Genestealer Cult's turn 2. Genestealers went first. We're just currently doing a lot of ambushing.
There is a lot of ambushing, yeah.
This is like where all the time goes for Genestealers, right?
This is deployment phase now, basically.
Yeah, basically deployment phase. Because you just chuck counters, you just go, whatever, I'll put them there, be fine. It'll be right. Is it behind cover? It'll be right.
Figure it out later.
Yeah.
Just put the blitz.
You literally don't even need to think about it. Put everything in cover, put something where you need it to be, right?
I'm guessing he's going to place another unit there, so hopefully when that unit at the bottom manages to get their charge, if he gets the charge roll.
So they can go in and do damage, right?
Support, yeah, because one unit is not going to take down the 2 Voxels, you don't need a lot more than just that.
Well, Bobby Halter said a deployment phase 1,000 years in the making. During turn 2, because why not? Why not?
I like that. That's good.
Let's try to get a big view of the top down, trying to see the full stretch of the board. You can see quite a lot of stuff all over. I think Darren's done. I think that is the end of the deployment phase of turn 2, or i.e. the end of the cult ambush for battle round 2.
I think he's deployed. Because obviously the Plague Burst splitter's range is only 9 inches, so I think it's deployed out of that 9 inches.
Just outside of 9.
Yeah. So you can avoid.
Yeah, because if he deploys 9.5 inches, let's say. If he charges, he needs to get within an inch. So it'd still be a 9-inch charge, which he's still getting +1 to. So he can avoid that flamer and also have an 8-inch charge to get in there. Super good play.
So he just cast Mass Hypnosis onto one of those.
Onto the Plague Burst probably.
As expected.
Is it the one on the furthest right?
So that's,
magic finger, everyone. So this one has been Mass Hypnosis, which means it can't Overwatch. And it's -1 to hit.
It's -1 to hit. Always strikes last as well in combat.
And no Overwatch.
Anything else? It's like 3 powers in 1.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Darren with his little dice cup. Isn't it cute? So I believe this is a vulture shooting in because it's that many dice, so I just presume it is. And then he's been really clever. He's using 20 purple dice for the vultures, and then three white dice for every bolters. So he's shooting the back unit of Plague Range.
Obviously, it's trying to deny him his defense objective. That's the one. He's got his defense objective 6, I believe.
No, he's actually got defend objective.
No, he's got defend 5. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's Darren that's got defend 6.
Yeah. So Darren wants this one. Ross wants this one.
Yeah.
Darren wants this one, but he's shooting this unit.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, realistically, he should be shooting this unit. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Maybe
this is a
don't.
tactic of the Genestealer cults that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a bit of a mistake, but who knows? I know it's game 4 of the 6-round tournament. It is game 3 of today.
Yeah.
So obviously these guys have had 5.5 hours of gaming, lots of overrunning, so probably more than 6 hours of gaming. So they're probably a bit deflated. Or maybe there's something there, right? Maybe we might not have spotted something. So who knows?
He's forced 13 saves now onto these Pegler. He's got 4 failed, I think. Yeah. How many resilience has he made from that?
Here we go.
We'll find out.
Oh my god. I think a vulture has just killed 5 Plague Marines by itself.
That's too bad. It's not in turn 1, no.
Did that actually happen? I mean, turn 1 we saw 3 vultures kill 3 Plague Marines. It was 1 each.
Yeah.
And you see 1 vulture take everything from 1 unit. Amazing. Took the whole unit by himself. Absolute boss.
That's brilliant.
And this was this one, the closest one to that unit.
Yeah, so now it's the other one.
So now the other one. So where's he shooting?
To the other unit.
So this unit here.
Oh, there's one guy.
Oh, okay. My apologies. So he's going for this unit here, next to objective 6.
I see.
So if he gets that, obviously that's a point for the primary mission. If Ross does not kill anything, is there?
Well, at least, it should give him some points.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. That's the problem with the Genestealer code. It's so squishy. It's going to be very difficult, I think, for him to win each turn.
Yeah,
to win
exactly.
that point of killing more.
Yeah.
Because, obviously Deathguard
they're just
as
so
resilient
tough.
as they come,
Yeah,
really.
honestly, yeah.
And
It's all in the rules, right? Disgusting resilient.
yeah.
They just
It's
don't
in the
die.
name.
So it's a really tough one. You see playing Marines denying points in things like ITC and stuff like that because it's like killing points, right? You can stop your opponent. You can deny your opponents the kills, and that means you have the highest score, right?
He has managed to kill it though. He did four saves on him.
So he's got a kill. He's got a kill for the primary mission. And he's killed a whole unit of Plague Marines. Their first kill of the game for the GT Colts.
Now this is interesting. I like to see how this goes. He's firing the Sanctus Assassin into the Demon Prince.
Okay, go.
So if he does manage to cause any damage on him, it's going to make the perils.
That's it. That's the big perils.
If I'm not mistaken, the sniper rifle does D3 damage.
Okay.
So if you can get that 6, get Mortal Wound off, potentially do like 3 damage.
Well, it does perils.
But no, it's not happening. It's the same.
It's not. Okay, it's saved it. Okay. Panic over, everyone. You can't force a demon to perils. They own the wall, right? That'd be stupid. But obviously, the Deathguard just have that 5 up ignore damage, right? So even if he does cause a wound, he just probably ignore it.
He can still just ignore it, yeah.
Ross is looking very calm with himself. He's come over, had another sip of beer, leveled himself out. The thing is just having a great time, right?
Yeah.
So that's the main thing.
I think after turn 1
after that,
after realising what
129 shots.
129 shots doesn't
40 Punisher shots each, so 120 and a heavy bolter each, so another 9 shots. So 129 shots kills 3 Blade Breeds, but then 43 shots kills 6.
Yeah.
Or 5.
That's Warhammer, man.
That's Warhammer at the end of the day, everybody. That is Warhammer, the best of the best. So it looks like we just had a bit of a rules debate. Do we know what it was? Or is it all good?
Sorry, was that?
Did we have a rules debate or are we all good? We are getting an update live from the table. We do have Toby, who's giving us information without interrupting the players, so we're going to find out what that information was.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, just trying to find out, looking at the rules to see about the mortal wounds. Because he did get a 6, so he did manage to knock off a mortal wound, but what she saved. So
okay, so he caused the wound, but then he saved it anyway because of his customization.
And you're just checking to see if it's caused the perils because of fixing the wound enough.
Okay. So because basically with Deathguard and anything with Disgusting Resilient or like a damage prevention roll, let's call it, you take a wound, but then you roll to see if you get that wound back. So that's the timing of it. So I think they've decided that because he didn't actually take the wound, he didn't actually lose a wound, then it doesn't perils.
Yeah.
I think that's how. Is that how it's gone?
Yeah.
That sounds right. That sounds right to me. Sounds right to Julian.
That sounds
right. So had he taken the mortal wound and then failed that Disgusting Resilient, he would have taken a wound and then he would have perils.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's how I read it. That's how I'll play it.
Yeah. If that's wrong, guys, if you got a good ruling and a good way to say this is what should happen, then you let us know. Yeah. But yeah, Toby's next to the table. He's helping him through. And we're just going to find out a bit of an update about what's actually happening right now. There's lots of dice being rolled. Who knows what's going to happen? We're going to get a good update. We've got Patriarch with a relic, with a cool relic, so he's going to stop Overwatch into the Playverse crawler. I believe that's what happened. So the Patriarch has a relic,
yes,
doesn't let you Overwatch him.
I did forget one of the most important parts of the relic, which was to ignore Overwatch as well.
And then he massively
I don't know how I forgot that part, but I did forget. That's that's the point of the whole relic.
You take the relic, the rest is bonus, right?
Yeah. But he has successfully managed to make the charge into the Playverse core, so it has denied Overwatch from that one. And his mass hypnosis the other one. So
so the Patriarch has gone charged into this Playverse crawler, and he couldn't Overwatch. And then this one has been mass hypnosis.
He just made a 10.
And he just made made the charge. So it looks like we've got
10-inch charge there with one of the units.
Ouch. So it looks like we've got a model here. Is that a Foul Blightspawn in front of the Demon Prince? I think it is the guy with the flamer. So that's a Foul Blightspawn. So these are in combat this turn as well, which is not good.
No.
Because they can't pull out and shoot, which they really need to be shooting, right? So
That's quite interesting, man. Although with these aberrants, like, I'm surprised, like, Darren's list, because he hasn't got any support with them in the sense of, like, you know, there's no +1 to hit with a Primus.
Yeah.
He hasn't got the relic, which gives him extra strength and all that. So
Okay.
it's quite curious. He's just like running them like
Just stock.
just stock.
Yeah.
So I'm quite curious on how they perform.
Yeah. Do we know the stat lines of the power picks?
The power picks is strength user -3, if I'm correct, Mike. Or -2 actually, I think it was, and DK damage.
Okay, so the strength 5?
So the strength 5,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're doing the playburst scroll on 5s, but if you do get through, -3 and 2 damage is pretty solid.
-2 I think it was, yeah.
Minus
But
2.
then for using the picks, you also get the claws as well.
Okay, and the rending claws.
Yeah, the rending claws. So each model basically has 4 attacks, two of the pick, 2 of the rending claws.
Nice.
The
That's pretty
Bobbleheads
good.
also managed to make the charge in, so that's gonna. That
He's
guy-
tasty.
Actually, well, obviously that is where the Aberrants is getting the support from. Because he has the 6. If you hit the 6s, they explode basically. They get 2 hits
So
on
6
each.
hit, extra hit.
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah,
Super good.
Considering each model has 4 attacks.
Yeah. So there you go. So there's like all the abominants have made it in. All the aberrants, sorry, with the abominant to gain that plus with the patriarch as well. To deny all that Overwatch. Will we see any counter heroic interventions?
Sure.
That foul blight spawn is looking a bit
Quite
scary.
brave though, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Against all that.
It does stop him consolidating in if he does kill both playburst crawlers, let's say.
Yeah.
But it also means he could get bubble wrapped in retaliation, which we don't want.
I'll tell you one thing though, he is getting all his charge rolls. Like,
He's made every single charge so far.
Another accessible charge with the hybrids as well, the afterlife hybrids.
I can tell it's stressful for Ross because he's just
now-
nearly down his
now-
beer.
Yeah, now he's just down his beer.
So here we go. We've got another charge coming in.
Darren seems to be getting everything his way this time.
So he's just rolled another 8. He gets +1 because of the
Cult of the Fallen.
there we go, the cult. So he's made it into the playburst crawl. That's all 3 playburst crawlers not shooting next turn if they all survive. So TJ is posting in the chat, said, for me, Ross has been too aggressive with playburst crawlers. What do you guys think? Bobby said, nah, you need to put it on. I think I totally agree. I think maybe this playburst crawler that's kind of flown off by itself, if you can find a mouse, this one that's flown off by itself, interesting move, because this can't hold the objective.
Yeah, I know.
Unless it's going for a maelstrom point, but it can't actually hold this, because only troops can hold the objectives.
You've made every single one of his charges.
Every single one.
You can't get better than that, to be honest.
You literally
obviously,
can't get better than
the
that.
plan he's got in his head.
The
at
plan
the moment,
and making it, generations in the making. There you go, I nearly said it wrong. It's coming to fruition right now at a Gibraltar Grand Tournament in Game 4, Battle Round 2 for the Genestealer Cults. It's been there all the time. The Genestealer Cults have been here in Gibraltar, did you know?
Yeah.
You did know. They've been there all the time,
They've been here all
ready
the
to
time.
take over.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Darren Allen is the forefront, the leader of the pack. So there we go.
Disguise themselves as apes.
That's not a nice way to say that, Darren. So Barry Hall says, I think they was hoping to hose the Genestealer Cults down. So he did really well taking out the Vulture and wounding one, but like now he's in combat, which is not good.
He's using his improvised weapons now from the Aberrants.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If he does any
Gibraltar
damage.
Stealer Cult, exactly. The GSC. So we have got some saves coming up onto the playburst crawler.
10 wounds is awesome so far already.
Wow.
That is a lot.
Looks like he's passed some of his saves. We're going to find out how much damage.
8 damage in total.
8 damage. Does he make any discussive resilience? He makes 2 discussive resilience. Takes 6.
Wow.
And which way? Is this the one furthest to the top of the board? Yep, there we go.
That's just
So that was just
improvised
taken.
weapons. That's just for the 2 models of improvised weapons.
That's only 2 models. What do you mean that's only 2 models?
That's just 2 models.
Now we've got the
So
power picks and all the rending claws.
He's got, what is it? So 8 of 16 power picks and 16 rending claws.
Jesus Christ.
Plus any 6s are additional hits. So.
Yeah. Jesus. Here we go. More attacks coming in. Power picks into the cup along with the rending claws. He's giving it a good old shake, and there we go. Roll to hit.
I've been told that the rending claws are the ones in green, and pickaxes are the dice that are in purple.
Okay.
So you can be able to see.
So the important ones are the purple ones,
Yeah,
right?
the purple
The smallest ones
ones
that are hardest to see.
Yeah.
They're the important ones.
Thank you, Darren. Thanks for that.
Absolutely fantastic, Darren. So it looks like he's adding in some extra dice. It looks like we've got a few sixes.
I'm surprised what it's done. I mean, like with that plate plus crawler that's
The one on the top one?
on the left there.
This one.
Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to bubble wrap it basically to prevent it, because if he fails to kill it, it's just going to drive straight out.
Yeah.
No problem.
The thing is if he kills this one, this will be this unit fighting, right? So this one will be able to consolidate. This one he'll have a pilot of 3, and then a consolidation of 3, but he can't actually get around there because of the magnetic light hauler. So what you can do is tag both, stop them both shooting, but not bubble wrap them, right? So, and maybe that's his plan. There's also the foul blight spawn in the way, and there's also the Deathguard demon prince very, very close. So maybe he's just trying to avoid that. Just charge it, just go straight into the front and just try and kill it maybe. And see what the retaliation is. But obviously, Ross can decimate.
He managed to do 3 damage, I think.
3 damage from Rending Claws onto Playboy Scroll, so it's taken 9 wounds total. I think it has like 4 or 5 wounds left, maybe?
Everything starts at 12.
Everything's at 12. It's
12.
definitely 12. Probably 14. With it being close. Does Deathguard have any troops on the objectives? He has a lot of troops on. He has.
It's taken 1 damage so far from that. It's 3 wounds and 1 damage.
Okay. So I think this is the Eternal War objective, and I think this is the unit of Plague Marines holding that. But we'll find out.
3 power pick saves out of it.
Here we go. It takes 3 damage by the looks of it. Or is it 3 saves it's failed?
3d3 damage.
3d3 damage on the power picks. 1, 2, 4 damage, I think.
Yeah.
So 5 with discussive resilience.
Still even 1 wound.
So he does have 15 wounds. 14 wounds. Is that 1 wound remaining?
Yeah, 1 wound remaining.
Okay. Does he have anything else to hit it with? Like a magic rending claw or something like that? Okay.
He's got an abominant now as well on there.
And then the abominant with the big fat hammer and its 500 arms is going to try and take out that Playboy Scroller.
He's got flat 3 damage as well on that abominant.
Yeah. So it's flat 3, but if he gets lucky on those discussive resilience, then maybe he'll be able to save it. So they have got a bit of a rules check. No one screenshot the codex. No. Don't be leaking it everywhere.
He has managed to hit with all 3 times though. He hasn't got the relic on his hammer, so he is hitting on 4s.
Okay.
But he has managed to get all 3, but only one's gone through.
Okay, so 3 damage. 5 damage. 5 damage, there we go. That's a paper sword destroyed. Now, does he force it to blow up?
Yeah, let's see.
I think that's what he's going to check. He's going to see who's going to hit. It is going to hit both of his units. They can obviously ignore it and 5+. Is it worth it trying to blow it? So, is it worth it trying to make it explode?
He's just deciding, obviously, when it's just going to.
Do you think Darren will stop it exploding with his plan generation and making? Reduce all his multiple wounds coming in. They both have a 5-up save against it, though.
That's the thing. You get a 5. I'm not entirely sure if he's got his lightning in there either, because he has. It's going to be rerolling the 1s as well.
Looks like a no. He's thinking about it. He's turning the dice. He's forcing the destiny. Is he doing it? We don't know. We're about to find out. Did he explode? Looks like he's not exploded it.
Well, he spent 1 command point to explode on the floor.
Okay.
Alright, just auto explode. Sorry.
Okay, so you're going to roll some damage. What we'll do, we'll let that go on and we'll find out what's happening in the rest of the event and we'll give you a quick catch up as soon as we come back. So let's go to the sponsored by Honest Wargamer roving report account.
Hello guys and welcome to another update. It's getting interesting now. We're going into the second, third and even 4th turn now. So things are getting like a bit more, we're getting a feel of who's in the lead now. Things are getting a bit more competitive as well on a couple of tables. You can see the atmosphere as we're getting a bit more competitive, especially in the top tables. But it's very interesting matchups and very interesting games. So we've got a couple of updates here in a couple of the games. So table 16, We've got Matt Grosvenor from the Wooden Spoon Wargaming Club. He's playing Felipe Bernarde from France, and it's a knights off, so it's knights versus knights. At the moment, Matt's lost 2 knights already, so he only has 2 left on the table, whilst Felipe only has lost 1. So very interesting thing. Matt's going into turn 4 now, so he'll have to bring at least 1 more knight down, and especially gone to a kill on kill. They've forgotten the mission. It's 4 pillars, so there's nothing to actually capture those objectives, and they've basically gone to try and table each other. So I'm pretty much sure that we'll see all the knights in combat as from turn 4. We've got table 12. We've got Dan from the Hellstorm guys, so it's the guys that are actually doing the live stream for us. He's playing Drakari, and he's playing Alvaro Mora with against knights. At the moment, it looks like Dan's got the upper hand. Alvaro has had a very, very good shooting phase at the moment, and he's dropped out. Hello? Hello, hello, can you hear me? No?
Sorry about that technical difficulty, guys. Welcome back to the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. Welcome to round 4 of... Let's sort Julian's microphone out. Welcome to round 4 of a 6-round tournament. We are currently in battle round 2. It is Darren Allen with Genestealer Cults versus Deathguard from Rush Champion from Rapid Fire Wargaming. And we've had a brutal first turn from the Deathguard, killing loads of vultures, killing a vulture and a half. 3 vultures shooting 1 unit of flame wings and doing 3 wounds, which did absolutely nothing.
No.
But then Darren is here in his combat phase.
I'll tell you what though, he spent the CP to explode that playbook stroller, but it's got 4 mortal wounds like dished out to all the units around it. Now apparently it's backfired, which has caused 8 on his own.
Oh my god. Oh, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. That's not good.
It's just blown up in his face.
It is quite literally blown up in his face. So yeah, we're in round 2, battle round 2 of this game, and it looks like Ross is taking a bit of a beating, which is not good.
The other plague bus crawler's only got 2 wounds now remaining.
Wow, that is
Still trying to decipher what
these
left to still attack.
These that unit's so hard to kill.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It just smashes through anything it gets in contact with. It's relentless.
It is actually relentless.
To be honest, he has spent like 450, close to 500 points on those bombs. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is
you would hope they do something.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably spent equal amounts of points and done nothing.
Well, yeah, they're like 160 points each, so that's like 480 points. I'm doing that kind of thing, Marie. Come on. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I think it's getting behind enemy lines now.
Yeah.
He's piling
Yeah. I'm just trying to, I apologise for being a bit quiet, I'm just trying to do some technical difficulties, trying to fix those issues. We want to get Pardo back on the stream, and it looks like the camera decided to die, so we'll have to work it out when we get to it. So we're going to get an update from the table now, and we'll find out what's happening.
Yeah, he's using the improvised weapon to see if he can finish off that play bus squad, while the rest of the picks are going into the flight zone.
Into the
other thing.
The blight haulers.
That's it.
These guys. Oh, into the far blight spawn. There we go. The far blight spawn, which is the character flavour. So this is turn 2. Darren obviously went first. Ross will be able to retaliate. But a lot of these units are in combat. He's got the other Plague Burst Crawler in combat with Acolytes.
Yeah, he's got 2 units of 5 Acolytes, both of them with 2 rock swords, so...
Do a couple of wounds, they'll probably be able to bubble wrap that Plague Burst Crawler.
I don't reckon it's been enough to kill it, obviously, but he's good. Well, he has managed to finish out a play first quarter now. With,
There you go.
with
That is
those
huge
admirals.
for Ross. That is a
That
huge,
is,
blow.
yeah,
Huge
that
blow.
is a big blow now. He's going to really have to try and turn it around with those remaining flavors he's got.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I can't really see a way where he's going to be able to tackle those admirals.
No. So what I can see happening is that these two units are going to bubble wrap this play-based crawler.
Yeah.
Like so, with two units being like that. So the play-based crawler is probably not going to kill one, right? It's like, he might kill one model maybe if he's lucky.
Yeah.
What that means is then Darren has an objective on for the 4 pillars because it's troops.
Correct. Yeah.
So then his unit is basically protected from the shooting, and it's also sat on an objective, which is super good.
And it's also got a small unit of troops on the other pillar, so you'll have 3 pillars by this rate.
So yeah, it's got this pillar here, and it's going to have this pillar here, which is super good. Super good.
5 saves at -2 now on that.
Onto the foul blight spawn.
Yeah.
The angry flamer man.
The angry,
And it looks like he's taken a couple more wounds. They are super good. They're only 77 points, these flamer dudes, and they have a really good weapon. But they don't want to ever be in combat. They never ever want to be in combat because they just don't need to be there.
He did pass 4 of his resilience saves, though.
Wow.
So he only took 1 damage.
He only has 4 wounds as well.
I know.
So he would have died had he not.
It's just so typical Deathguard.
Yeah.
5 ups for Deathguard might as well be 2 ups in my opinion. Every person I play against Deathguard, it's just the same old story.
Yeah.
I'll go through the 3-up armor, no problem, but the 5 ups, nothing.
Nah, whatever. Mr. Master CGO says Darren needs to start getting some points. Yes, he does. It is only Darren's second turn. He didn't score any in the first turn. But yeah, he just needs to score some points pretty soon. To be honest, as I said, because it's scored at the end of the battle round, Ross does have time to retaliate this turn.
Yeah.
But has he got enough to retaliate? He does have three blight haulers. He does have all his plague marines and both his demon princes still alive. But we'll see. Those abominants are hard to kill.
Those abominants, yeah, and don't underestimate them. They're really, they'll take a punch.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we're still in the combat phase currently. I'm not sure. I think they're still hitting the foul blight spawn up here. I'm not 100% sure what's combat's happening in a minute. We are going to find out. Mission Impossible Toby is going to find out what's happening. What's attacking what? Because obviously this is turn 2, right?
Yeah.
The Genestealer Clubs have done all the perfect ambushing, and this is where all the damage is here. This is the Genestealer's alpha. It's actually a beta. It's turn 2.
Yeah. So I think we've done 1 more damage with that lock shot. So obviously he must have passed one of his saves.
Okay. Is this into the play best crawler?
Yeah, this should be into the play best crawler now.
So this is down here.
Yeah. That circle just like
I forgot about that. And then the circle moved. I apologize about that. Just drifted away. He's very tired, is that circle. Okay, so the play-based crawler's taking a couple of wounds.
Yeah, you can start seeing now. Is that him bubble wrapping? Was that just a dice?
That was just Ross placing a wound counter. Is he going to bubble wrap? He should do. He really should do.
Yeah,
He really needs to go. If I could talk to Darren, I'd be like, Darren, time to bubble wrap.
Exactly.
But it's not. It's a tournament. We can get involved with far enough way that we can talk where they can't hear us. We don't intervene with that, what they're saying. So I don't know. A couple of odd plays being happening. So again, they're both on 3 wins so far. Maybe we've been missing something.
In theory, they shouldn't need any help. They shouldn't need
they should know this.
You shouldn't have us having to tell them
that looks
how to play Warhammer.
And that looks like the end of the turn. Down into his card, so he's not bubble wrapping by the looks of it.
That's
so that play-based crawler could just drive straight out.
So we've scored 2 Maelstrom points so far. It's not there, so.
Darren's on 2 points on Maelstrom versus Ross is 1 point. We'll find out we'll just get a quick update of the scores.
Yeah, it's got 2 other Maelstrom cards.
Yeah.
His 3rd Maelstrom card was the defending 2. So you'll get that at the end of Ross's turn.
Okay. Unless he kills these acolytes, I guess. That's where objective 2 is. Are they
Objective 2 is up there,
acolytes
yeah,
there?
correct, yeah.
So if he does kill them, he'll stop Darren scoring 2 points. But we'll see. We'll see.
That should be.
I think Ross has got to have a really good retaliation here, but he has a lot to deal with, and he's just lost a big chunk of his army.
Yeah. Darren so far has managed to kill 3 units.
Wow.
So we'll have to see
Okay.
what Ross can do.
So unit of Plague Marines and 2 Plague Scrollers have been lost last turn.
Yeah. So Ross obviously has to get more.
Yeah.
More than that to score on that point.
The PvC would have to reverse out, move blocking his own Plague Marines to move it up. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Obviously, he can move backwards and then drive curve around, I guess. So we'll have to see how
that
Ross
is
does it.
that's going to be quite painful for him, to be honest. The fact
Yeah.
he hasn't got the reps at least. He's just going to, fine, it's denied him shooting for this turn. But he's still going to have to try and assault it next turn.
Yeah.
He's not going to kill it with shooting.
No, it's going to have to. The Plague Scroll is going to come out, and then you've got all the Plague Marines with the bolters.
Yeah.
So they stand still, they rapid fire, but obviously Plague Marines have the exorable advance. So if they can rapid fire at 18 inches with all their bolters, which is so they can just move. They're going to get you.
So good.
You can't escape the bolter fire from the Plague Marines.
When the only thing I can see really is if he can get his Patriarch. I'm not sure. I don't think he can do it with the angle, but he can get his Patriarch in to deny the overwatch from that paper smaller.
Yeah, so let's look at Ross's cards that he's drawn this turn. So obviously he does only have this turn to score. He drew mission critical objectives. This is where you roll a dice, and whatever you roll, that is the objective you can score. And it is secure objective 3, which is this one in the top corner.
Yeah. Oh god.
There it is. There it is. My map is way off on the. So secure objective 3. He's also got psychological warfare, so make one of these fail a morale check. And he's also got spread contagion, which is when this tactical objective is generated, nominate one of your Deathguard characters, score 1 victory point if this character is still alive at the end of the game. So interestingly enough, with this mission, can he actually score this?
Oh,
Mr. Head TO, Julian Head TO.
Well, if he spends 2 command points every turn,
And
he can.
saves it. So basically, spread contagion is a duff card in this mission,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So it doesn't really work with the matchup. So basically, it's got secure objective 3 with mission critical objective and psychological warfare essentially in play.
Psychological warfare is actually pretty difficult because it's not the Patriarch which is giving that fearless problem around.
Yeah.
Right, so the only other thing really that you'll have to force morale checks would be those acolytes, but they die to anything. So anything that's going to target them, it's going to probably just kill the units anyway.
Exactly.
So he's pretty lucky, I reckon, to get the psychological warfare.
He does have. He has the. I've lost my mouse again. I apologise. He does have the acolytes here.
Yeah.
They're not fearless.
No, but it's only a 5-man unit. They die the same as Guardsmen.
Yeah. Okay. So leadership 7.
Leadership 8, actually.
Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. 5-man unit. So obviously he's brought. It looks like Ross is pulled back with the Demon Princes, going for the Flyers, get some smites off, get some combat in there. So are the Vultures a threat at this point?
I wouldn't reckon. Well,
He's got those aberrants to deal with and the Abominant. Well, it looks like he's created a mythic wall of toughness 7, 8 wound units with a -1 to hit because they blow off steam and give off cover save and stuff like that.
he has managed to get a super smite.
Oh
Super smite
god!
on one of the vultures.
Doing
So
how much?
3 mortal wounds for that.
3 mortal wounds to super smite, not too bad. If
It's always disappointing though when you get a super smite and you score.
it's not 4 or more.
It's not 4 more, exactly. You're
I can
like,
do 3 anyway. Give me a big one. Give me a big number. Yeah. So we're gonna hopefully find out how many wounds the vultures have left, so we know which one's taking damage. We know this one's taken.
the one on the right is taking some damages.
Yeah, so that's just taking 3 damage from smite.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's already taken damage, so we'll probably find that out from the table.
Yeah, one of them already took damage. 3 damage actually from smite before.
Looks like shooting phase is going in. Well, that,
Yeah.
no, there's still another smite, I think.
I just found out that the Darren's kept his Kellamorph and the Icon Wards off the table.
Interesting. So the Kellamorph is the cowboy.
Yeah,
With the
he
guns.
is so good though.
Yeah. He's got loads and loads of pistol shots, can target characters like a boss.
Apparently he just simply forgot to put them on. that sounds...
That sounds like typical Darren.
That's plausible now.
Yeah.
The thing in the Icon Ward, That's an interesting one to hold back. Like, that's something you want on the board.
So what does the Echo one do?
Pains or
Okay.
or reroll ones on your piece of bigger rolls.
That's really good. Really, really good.
One of the votes should just be taken out from the I can't even say the names of file. That drone thing. So 12 wounds to it.
The Demon Prince. These guys are the Demon Princes.
Oh, they just got the shooting thing.
Yeah. So that was pretty decent.
Like drone. That's it. I don't know.
Which unit?
That flying thing over there that does things.
That's the Demon Prince.
That's the Demon Prince.
Yeah, so they're Demon Princes they have got really cool conversions. So they have like propellers instead of wings, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So. Just going to try and fix Pardo Cam, because how can we have a stream without the Pardo Cam? Looks like it's not working. Not at all. Never mind. What we'll have to do is we'll get Pardo on, but just have the ominous voice of Pardo. Everyone will appreciate that, right? This Ropey Report Cam is sponsored by the Honest Wargamer, has decided to die during round 3 of the day, round 4 in total. So thanks to Ras Games, we can sort that out before we come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Won't be a problem.
Whilst being the lead commentator, as it were, I'm also trying to be the sound guy. It's just not working. So really massive apologies
for
that
enough
guy.
jobs on you.
No, exactly. You know. So I could do with Dan. If Dan loses the game, I might get him to just do sound for us. So we're going to get an update from the table, but I think it's Ross's shooting phase. Obviously, they've got the Blight Haulers to shoot. The Foul Blight spawn looks like he's pulled back and pulled that out of combat. So this is the Foul Blight spawn, the Flamer dude.
Yeah.
It's got the Blight wall, as we said, here across here. So stopping all them abominants and aberrants coming through.
Yeah.
So they're super tough to shift. Arguably, probably as a unit, tougher to shift than the single Playburst Crawler.
Yeah.
But that blob just killed 2 Playburst Crawlers.
It did. I think
very likely, very likely going to be able to get rid of those as well. The 2 Demon Princes looking like they're coming out to deal with the Vulture.
They've just done another 3 damage from the Blight. I don't know what's called anymore.
From the Blight Launchers.
Yeah.
So obviously each Plague Marine unit.
It's all tongue twister. I get so confused with Deathguard. It's just it all sounds so familiar.
Blight or foul something.
Yeah.
That's it. So each Plague Marine unit, they're worth 4 to begin with, has 2 Blight Launchers, which is super good. They're rerolling wounds because they're Demon Prince and they do 3 damage each. So, and they can move and shoot them because they're assault weapons. So super good. Really, maxing out on these is great.
I don't see that last Vulture surviving, to be honest now.
No. I mean, it might have to charge you, which means you might get a couple of cheeky wins onto one of the Demon Princes, maybe both if he fails a charge. But it does seem that that Vulture has had it.
Yeah, the Plague Marine's taking some pot shots now, and see if they can do anything.
Yeah.
You gotta start weakening them down now because
it's got to reduce them attacks.
It's just gonna be unstoppable.
That is a massive hammer that's just going to drive through the army if people want to stop it. As resilient as he is, that amount of attacks at high strength, high AP, and high damage is just going to stop. They're just going to walk through it.
Oh wow, he has managed to kill 2 of the others, so.
Bolters. Amazing. Go Ross!
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Some of these chaff shooting today is just absolutely bizarre. Absolutely crazy. So looks like there's a bit of pondering, a little bit of thought of what's going to happen next. Thinking about what the Blight Haulers are going to do. And we're going to get an update of what is happening.
They're all taking their shots at the same unit of aberrants, so to try and...
So all the bolters are shooting at the aberrants?
Yeah.
Nice. With that unit of the magic finger, thank you Toby, to point out which unit is getting shot. So 2 big massive units, they are obviously the closest units and they are the biggest threat.
Yeah.
How fast do the aberrants move?
6 inches.
6 inches, so slow for a Genestealer, but fairly solid overall. And again, if you can just reduce the amount of attacks, hopefully get some in Overwatch, maybe he'll charge them with the Blight Haulers, who knows?
Yeah, the Overwatch is difficult now because he's got the Patriarch there, which is just
going to shut that down,
first,
right?
Shut down the Overwatch. Exactly. I think he's also moved his Playburst corner a bit too far back because you'll be able to wrap around the Patriarch to be able to get line of sight from that paper scroller to also probably deny that from the
Of course, yeah, because the Patriarch, not only does it have the relic, it also has the mass hypnosis, so be able to, as you said, be able to move over here, cast, and then charge this unit. So shut down all the Overwatch this game, basically. Crucial.
If that happens.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. It's whether he's going to be able to, hopefully, I wonder which he'll kill, and maybe he'll be able to bubble wrap the unit with the Aberrants from the Mythic White Haulers, and then not get shot next turn. So, if he survives, we've already seen some bolters kill an Aberrant.
Well, yeah.
He might kill all of them with bolters.
And we've seen 129 shots do nothing, next to nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Manteca, you can find all the lists on BCP if you are a subscriber. We're currently streaming, I said there's 72 players battling out to be the champion of the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. Your first Grand Tournament. How do you think it's going so far, Julian?
I'm loving it. I think it's going really
Having a good time?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone seems to be really in the mood and
good vibes, no drama, right?
Yeah, no drama.
So we've us as Household More Gaming have got a massive privilege of being able to stream this event for you. So thank you very much.
No problem.
And how are you finding this stream? How are you finding commentating?
It's quite interesting. I've not done this before.
Yeah.
People are probably wondering, that's not true. but yeah, it's good. It's good laugh.
That's
fun.
Yeah, that's good. So guys, massive hype, Julian, for his first time commentating after getting a spectacular job. So well done, dude. So it looks like he still is the shooting phase. We are going to get an update about what's happened with the shooting in this turn. It was only battle round 2. Low scoring so far. But we are playing 3 missions all at the same time. We're playing the primary, which is the 4 pillars, which is the Eternal War mission from the Chapter group. We are playing Target's Opportunity, which is the Eternal War, Maelstrom mission, which is the 3 cards, and you have to score them during your turn, or during your opponent's turn, or they are lost. And then you have the Tertiary, which is First Strike, Mindbreaker, and Warlord.
It's quite interesting though. I'm not sure Ross has really realised that he's not focused any of his shots onto the acolytes that are capturing the pillars.
Interesting.
So
he's going to be outscoring. I don't think he's outscoring on
he's just giving away the points there. But then again, he's got so many aberrants right in his grill.
So distraction aberrant.
Distraction aberrant. 20 of them.
20 of them, which is not fun at all. So had he taken out? The thing is we've got what looks like we've got this one, which is the 4 pillars. Is there a new unit of acolytes on this objective? Do we know?
There is, yeah. I believe
is it this one, or is it maybe these guys?
I did see him place them there. I believe it's that line.
Okay.
I believe it's them.
So he is currently holding 3 of the 4 objectives.
Yeah.
So even he'd have to kill 2 units of acolytes to stop him scoring. Maybe he's banking on killing the aberrants this turn, and then being able to deal with the acolytes next turn, and then take the primary back. So because it'll only be drawn this primary, he can't outscore it this turn in the primary. So we'll see. We'll see what he does.
Out of 43 shots, right, on Overwatch, he's managed to hit once.
Amazing.
And done no damage.
Of course he hasn't. 43 shots. On average, at least 10 hits maybe.
You should, 42, yeah. You should
no,
get
5 hits,
7.
sorry. Yeah, that's it.
That's maths.
That is numeracy. There you go. So it looks like the Demon Princes, first Demon Prince is going in. Striking in, rerolling hits. 7 hits. It'll be, 4s to wound? Oh no, 3s to wound. Yeah, because there's strength. 4s to wound. Oh yeah, yeah. Strength, same strength.
He's got 6 wounds so far.
Looks like he's made 2, so that is 8 damage. 8 damage. The Malefic Talons, providing those extra 2 attacks, I mean, a solid -2 and 2 damage, and that is the Vulture destroyed.
That's it. No explosion, no either.
Shame. Now the Demon Prince will be able to consolidate.
Discussing resilience anyway. It's Deathguard. That's what they do.
Exactly. So it looks like he's not opted to pile in or consolidate either, Demon Prince. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because obviously you've got the Kellamorph is going to come in, shoot one.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or Darren might forget. So we'll see. We're going to get an update about the score at the end of this battle round. And then we'll find out. It looks like Darren's probably going to score 2 points.
Yeah, he scored 2 Maelstrom there. Darren's also scored 2 for his defense.
Okay, so Darren's got 4 Maelstrom points and 2 for the primary, right? Hold more and kill more.
Yeah, surely he would get that, yeah.
Yeah. If that's wrong, we'll just update it. But then Ross also scored 2 Maelstrom points. So whilst Darren had a bit of a whiff of turn 1, he's actually caught up. And he's currently in the lead for the primary and secondary. It's not tertiary. So interesting. Yeah. So the score is 2 primary, 4 secondary for Darren, and 2 primary, and 3 secondary, and 1 tertiary for Ross. And that's for everyone watching, and also Toby's benefit, so he can confirm that is correct.
I tell you what, points-wise, very, very close, but that Deathguard is
You're in a bit of trouble, right?
It is in a bit of trouble, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Genestealer cards can fall like flies very, very quickly.
Yeah.
It can change very suddenly. But
he should have maybe focused on these acolytes. The thing is with these acolytes, if he does fail to get mass hypnosis, then he's going to be overwatching, maybe killing some of the flamers.
yeah.
But if not, mass hypnosis goes off, Playburst Crawler gets charged again, no shooting once again.
Maybe this time he'll bubble wrap him.
Yeah.
Maybe this time he'll learn.
Maybe. How's Deathguard still got 9 CP? That is true, we haven't actually updated that, my apologies. We can find out how many CP the Deathguard have when Toby puts his earphone back in. We're doing his best. We're doing his best. I'm doing all the jobs. So that's the issue. We'll have a camera die. I'm trying to commentate. I keep up to date with the scores. We're doing his best, guys. So thank you very much for trying to help keep up. Rossi's got a big smile on his face, so that is good. And now he hasn't. And now he does. I don't know. That's good. So we are correct with the scores. It's 2-4 for primary and secondary for Darren and 2-3-1 for Ross, going into battle round 3.
I'll tell you what, the fact that Darren should have 4 CPs still left, so the fact that he still got that isn't all that bad, because now he can use his Kellerwolf, he can use the 3 CPs on him to effectively make him shoot when he arrives.
Yeah,
so that's going to be with a perfect ambush. So he'll be shooting, he's getting 6 shots. He should hit at least 5 or 6 of them. So he should be getting around 11, 12 shots off along the appears, targeting character, 2 damage a pop, and then get to shoot it again.
Amazing.
I mean, he could do that option and try and take out one of the demon princes like that.
Yeah, exactly. So both demon princes are a little bit vulnerable at this point. Even though he can target them anyway, he could infiltrate down in the bottom corner down here.
Exactly.
He's let's say this is 9 inches. He's got all this space to infiltrate. He's got all this to play with. So he infiltrates there. 12-inch pistols, am I right?
12-inch pistols, correct.
2 damage each. 12 shots.
The only downside against using things like demon princes and stuff like that, it's only strength 4, and he hasn't got the relic one, which gives an extra shot and reroll to wounds and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's an option. It's an option you could have.
Yeah.
If he chooses to do it.
So it looks like Darren is trying to play it defensively, hold the objective, but also stay out of sight of all the blade moves that are inevitably going to come after him. So if Ross can hold up the aberrants, and then the play marines can start focusing on all the guys who are actually holding the objectives. So, but it's still a close game, still both in it, both in to win currently.
Yeah.
It all depends. Darren has lost all his chaff shooting. He's just got, and not that it was doing much anyway.
No, I don't think it's much of a loss, to be honest.
But now he's got the last guns, essentially, the auto guns, but then he's got the aberrants in combat, running and hitting everything like a steam train.
I think it's only got auto pistols, really. That's it from the acolytes. That's as much as the shooting goes.
Ace says the gunslinger has been pretty terrible, translation, in practice, so it's time to shine now. And there we go, Toby being an absolute legend, topping up both chaps with a pint, keeping them level-headed. The great thing is both players look like having a good time. There's really good vibes. They're both laughing and joking with each other. Darren has got both a pint and a can on the battle mat.
Yeah.
That's naughty, isn't it? Is he going to use them to move his Kellermorph around the board? Who knows?
Yeah, Yeah, so Darren's just used, I can't remember the name of that stuff, he's used a command point to put the unit back into the zone again.
Okay. Return to the Shadows? Or something?
That's the one, Return to the Shadows.
I thought you were the Genestealer cult.
I am.
So, or am I? That's the best way to play Genestealer, right? So, do we know how many CPs Darren has left?
Yeah, so
He's got 2 left.
He's got two command points left.
Fantastic. So 2 CPs remaining.
There goes the plan with the perfect ambush.
Maybe in a couple of generations that plan would work. They've not planned it for long enough yet. So it looks like a little bit of shuffling around, making room for the Patriarch so he can charge first into the Blight Haulers. It doesn't look like he has line of sight to the Plagueburst Crawler, but we'll see.
The time goes forward by 1 hour. So you will be losing an hour's sleep.
So Stephen is actually updating everyone that there is a time zone change tomorrow.
There is a time zone
So
change.
changes from Greenwich Mean Time +1 to British Summer Time +1.
Yeah.
So
We really know when to pick our events. Like, we've got Mother's Day there, we've got time change. Brexit was supposed to happen as well.
It's just an absolutely crazy weekend. So if you are tuned in tomorrow, we're actually going to be an hour earlier if you aren't in the UK. So make sure you tune in. It is updated on the stream, so it'll be 9:15 PST +1. We start tomorrow for round 5.
This time he has remembered though to bring the Calamorph and the Icon boards.
Fantastic.
Thankfully, before they get removed from the game and not bring them in.
So shall we go over Darren's cards for this turn, round 3? We have Master the Warp. So if he does get off Massive Gnosis, that's it, 3 point. Also shuts down Overwatch.
Although he doesn't have a familiar, so he's only going to be able to cast one spell.
Yeah, this is true.
Stop that.
He has a couple of CPs remaining to play with, I guess. But then he has Secure Objective 5 and Secure Objective 3, which looks like he's moved on to 3. Number 5 he's probably going to struggle with, unless he gets a big old charge around that Plagueburst Crawler into the Plague Marines. So yeah, we'll see what he can do with this turn. So it looks like Darren's. I think I've just seen Darren like shake his hand and say, "Ah," like a cry out in annoyance. Look like he's forgotten to do something with something about Sniper. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, he's just whiffed. We'll find out.
So yeah, so he's used his assassin, right?
Yeah.
Trying to hit. He managed to hit. He rolled a 1 to wound. Man, he rolled a fail.
So he's,
right.
ouch. So he's down to 1 CP, and he failed to wound. TJ Ray, got to go, boys. Got a lot of shots and drinks calling my name. Wicked streams all day. See you tomorrow for the final few. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. We've had a great time streaming this event. We've got this game, but we have 2 more fantastic games coming up for you tomorrow.
I think I know what Darren's frustration was earlier.
Okay.
He completely forgot to do the Cyclic card.
Oh no.
That's brilliant.
That is big.
Not only does it, I mean, if he's planning to target the Plagueburst Crawler, not only does it affect that side of the board, but it also stops him getting what's a fairly easy
3 point from Maelstrom.
3 point from Maelstrom, yeah.
And then to not add it all up, the Sniper failed to do anything with the CPV roll. That is huge. That is terrible misplay by Darren. Will it cost him the game? Maybe not, but it is going to put him on the back foot for a little while.
Yeah. He can't charge in there with those.
I mean, he could, but it'd be a silly move.
Well, yeah.
That's basically a free shooting phase for the Plagueburst Crawler into those hybrids.
It's effectively 5 cards in the game.
Ace Face putting all the face palms in the chat. That's it. It's no good having another member of his channel watching his every move. He will not live that down for a little
He
long
must
time.
be used to this, though, you know.
Absolutely fantastic, though. I know maybe Ross could have let him go back, but with all those points being available, he'd probably done the right thing and stopped him.
Apparently, Darren's saying some slanderous things to Ace Face.
If he's got anything in particular he wants us to repeat back, as long as it's child friendly. I'm sure he's saying, Ace Face is my best friend,
Yeah.
and he's the coolest guy I know.
Absolutely.
The whole Twisted Dice Club will mock him. So yeah, Darren is from the Twisted Dice YouTube channel. They make battle reports similar to ours. Good banter, good laughs. They have Ace Face, they have Sean and Chris and Darren and Tristan, who's also at the event.
Yeah.
Forgot about Tristan at the event.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not wearing a t-shirt today, that's why he's off duty.
Yeah, that's why he's off duty.
So Darren's currently on the most wins out of the guys, and they're another YouTube channel. And they've got Ross from Rapid Fire Wargaming, which are a gaming group. They've all got Instagrams and stuff like that. So I did tag them on Instagram if you want to find their pages themselves and stuff like that.
Shooting phase now appears to be over, so we'll be going into the assault phase as long as it doesn't forget that phase as well.
Maybe I'll just forget everything. Oh, it's your turn now, dude.
Let's just go straight to morale.
Yeah. So let's see what he charges, because everything. Well, obviously, if the Patriarch charges first, the Mythic Black Horse can't move watch.
That's got to go in first. Yeah.
But will he charge the high acolytes into the Playbest Crawler to maybe try and hope for the best? Personally,
to be honest, if he was, I'll throw those Atlan Jackals at it because they might be over 9 inches to prevent the overwatch.
Maybe.
And also the tools piece, so they can soak up a bit more of the flavor. That time, it won't survive. It won't survive a charge.
So there you go, that's the Patriarch in combat now. 899 the overwatch. Scrivo said that Twisted Dice is a club as well, so there you go. It's a club as well.
Yeah, so the Patriarchs declared both the Blight Hall and the Blight Spawn, so if he manages to kill the Blight Hall...
The Blight Haulers, you move into the Blight Spawn.
Yeah.
There you go. The Hauler and the Spawn. So the Haulers are the three dudes, they're basically like mini dreadnoughts in terms of toughness. But then the Blight Hauler is the guy at the back with the angry flamer that he wants to remain out of combat so he can shoot that next turn. Or at least let him get charged.
Yeah.
That's what he needs, really. Is that Darren, the king of orc impressions, playing Genestealer? Cool. Mate, I've not actually heard Darren's orc impression, but hopefully I'll get to listen to it in a bit if he's the king of orc impressions.
Well, we're going to have to get him on the mic then, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Definitely are. Definitely are. So it looks like. Is this Overwatch?
Is he going for that Playbest?
Is he charging the Playbest Crawler, Toby?
Oh,
Tell us.
No way.
Is he charging the Playbest Crawler?
He's going for the Plague Marines up there in the corner.
Oh, okay, with the other unit.
They should be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Let's see if he remembers to keep some units within that aura of the icon wards. Apparently he's been forgetting that it does a 6-up female paintball as well.
Oh, Darren. Come on, Darren.
He's not remembering, he's forgetting as well the clan of us being able to do mortal wounds, units within 6 and roll of a 6.
Yeah, forgot to bring units on.
Forgot to bring units on.
Missed the whole phase. This is bad.
It's just one big memory lapse.
Yeah. As I said though, we are 4 rounds. This is the 4th game of a 6-round tournament. It's currently the 3rd game of the day.
Yeah.
We've got just under an hour left. These guys have been gaming for 7 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Basically. Which is just a long time to be gaming, and they've got another hour left.
Another hour left, so you can understand his brain might be a little frazzled right now.
Yeah, it's fair. It's totally fair.
The Atlan Jackal's out charging the Playbest Crawler. He's got 9 hits against him from the Overwatch.
Oh, the flames are in range then. How many wounds?
This could kill the unit if he rolls well enough.
Yeah. It looks like 6 wounds.
It's on 6 wounds so far.
Saves coming in. I see a couple of ones. Oh no, that's 1 bite dead.
There's 2 wounds a pop though. So
that's 2 bites dead. That's 4 failed
it's
saves.
still alright to charge.
Oh god. No, that's 5 failed saves.
Oh dear.
It looks like he's lost 2 bites and another bite has taken another wound.
All we need now is a mortar to hit.
Yeah.
Making the charge roll.
We're making the charge roll.
I don't think.
It should be 9 inches at least. At least. Maybe 8. It looks like he's passed the fade the charge. There we go. He's remembered to charge.
He's remembered
he didn't
to
let
charge.
himself watch and then forget. And the acolytes are going to go in there.
Yeah.
So, Is he going to bubble out?
No. Because he's already pushed his acolytes too close.
Yes, he has. The thing is, though, as long as he stays out, as long as he doesn't go into base contact and pretend he goes not 1 inch closer, he will have that 6-inch move around there.
Yeah.
But is everyone going to be able to get around? Don't think so. So that playbook scroll is just going to pull out of combat again, and he's just going to keep driving backwards, not really doing much, but also overwatching and letting the playbook keep shooting.
Unless Darren remembers the psychic phase and decides to stop it from overwatching.
Mr. Claro, Kesey or Casey, welcome to the stream. And Ace Face, face palming once again. He will kill it in this round. I don't think he'll kill the Plaguebear's Crawler because he only has Acolytes and Jackals in combat with it.
Yeah, it's not going to.
And it's only taken maybe 1 wound, maybe 2. So
pick off a few wounds. I mean, the Rock Swords, they can potentially do it. I mean, it's got to have, 4 attacks from them, strength 8.
Yeah.
Minus 4, 2 damage apiece.
So not too bad. Not
do a
too
bit of
bad.
damage. I think it's just.
But I don't think it's unlikely he's going to kill him. However, we have seen stranger things in this game.
Yes, we have.
Round 1, 3 vultures with 129 shots, killing only 3 plate marines in 1 unit, which is just horrific.
480 points well spent.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we're going to get an update for table about combat. It looks like the aberrants are fighting the Mythic Blight Haulers. They are super hard to kill. 3 up save, 5 up in run, 5 up discuss to resilient, and it's all happening right here. So we're getting an update from Taylor about what happened.
Right, would be the miasma.
Blight Haulers.
Blight Haulers, that's it. He's got the miasma of Pestilence cast on him, so it's an extra -1 to hit, so it's -2 to hit.
Okay, so because while there's a unit of 3, they are -1 to hit. So, and then obviously Miasma with Pestilence adds another -1 to hit on top, which is it's a psychic power from one of the demon creatures.
You'd be hitting on 5s. So
ouch, and no explodes.
But on 6s, you should have it dominantly nearby, so on 6s they become 2 hits. So.
Is it unmodified 6 to hit?
Unmodified 6s, yeah.
Nice, that's pretty good. Because a lot of the older books don't have any unmodified 6s to hit, it's 6+. So if you have a plus to hit, you get extra attacks.
It's definitely unmodified, otherwise I'd be using Primuses with them to modifies.
Yeah, exactly. So the modifiers don't affect the exploding, so it's 5s, but 6s count as 2 hits round number 1. Yeah, super good. Ace Face says, I was so proud of it at the start, now normal series has been resumed. Come on, Darren, you can do it.
That is a lot of face palms, right?
Yeah, sailfish. A close combat phase, 1,000 years in the making. Yes, indeed. And so, massive shout out to these 2 guys. They've been absolute champs whilst playing this game. Obviously, they are quite tired. They're a bit deflated. It's been a long day. I'm feeling pretty deflated at the minute. We're having technology die on us. The technology's feeling deflated, but we're doing his best. So thank you so much for being with us.
We do what we can.
It's currently battle round 3 of game 4 of the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. Darren, what's happening? What's happened?
With those 6 dice, apparently 5 of them are 1s. So
oh God!
I'm not sure what that was in respect of.
It was like the Blight Haulers attacking back. We're on technical difficulties with Toby now. It's all going wrong.
Yeah, it's from the improvised weapon, so it's a potential of 10 damage in total from the weapon.
Wow.
So if you manage to kill one, it also explodes as well, just
oh God.
It all suffers more from the normal frame on within 6 of that. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Rob Boom says, looks like a good game. How have the other games gone so far? So all the stream games have been neck and neck.
Yeah.
Like round 1 on the stream, we had Joe with Blood Angels versus Lee with Drakari. That was so close all the way. Taking chunks from each other, but the Drakari did just manage to win that one.
I thought it was going to go the other way. I was looking, it was Drakari are
The first game we had the big C's. Joe rolled the 6 and seized the initiative, but then he just ran out of models slowly because he had so much blaster fire. Game 2 this morning we had Josh Hall with a Latop versus Javier with Tau. Super defensive deployment from each, so Josh let them go first, and Josh managed to rotate that one. And then last game we had Jay with the Imperial Knights versus Matt with the Catachans, and Matt managed to get the win. So there we go.
From that explosion of that black
From the black hole then.
he's killed the
Foul Blight Spawn.
yeah.
Amazing. The one with character that was hiding behind them. So we got no more foul.
You do the command point reroll as well to save him, and he still failed.
Wow. Okay. So Ross will be down to what? 7 CP now.
It's not going well now for Ross at all.
We can catch up. How many CPs he's got left? He's got 6. Toby was dancing to try and help me out what was actually happening. We're all in good spirits. Everyone's having a great time. So as I said, this is Darren versus Ross. It's a super close game at the minute. It's battle round 3. But there's obviously 72 players at this event.
Yes, there are 72.
So there's 72 potential winners to start out. We've had 3 games so far. So we're down to what, like 18 potential winners at the minute?
Yeah.
Or is it 8? So we started at 72, go down to 36. Then we go down to 18 after game
18.
2. We've had game 3, so we're down to like 9 potential winners currently. There we go. That's numeracy. We're doing it. High five, Julian. We're doing it. So 9 potential winners, and 2 of them are right here on the tables right now.
Next is 4.5, now we're going decimal points.
Oh, we can't have that. We can't have that. So with that 72 players and a 6-round event, there will only be 1 person on 6 wins. So, well, potential, unless that last game when they both got 5 wins get a draw. That'd be weird.
That would be somebody else.
Yeah, but it has happened. But yeah, so the way numbers work, if 1 person wins all their games, they'll be the only person on 6 wins. They'll very likely win the event.
Yep.
You'd have a couple of soft scoring in your scoring pack?
There is soft scoring though.
Yeah.
Each player will get to vote for the 2 favourite opponents.
Okay.
And they'll also get to vote for the 2 favourite armies that they face.
Okay. And how many of those soft? How much are those soft?
So each of those will be an additional point. So it's not going to be like
just 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay. Or is it 2?
It's 1 point. Yeah.
Okay.
So
if with all the soft scoring, if they get the maximum points, they get 32 points from each game if they get a max win from the tournament points. They get 16 from the primary. They get is it 10 or 12 from the secondary?
They get 12 max from secondary.
And then they get 4 for the tertiary. So that's 32 points, tournament points per game, and then they get the soft scores, so another up to 12.
Yeah.
So win all 6 games, get a couple of friendly game votes, maybe a couple of army votes, and you definitely snag that victory.
Definitely.
In taking the trophy that will not be on a fly anytime soon, 'cause it is humongous.
That is part of it all over.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to, during game 6 we'll be able to get the trophy on the stream and show everybody what is it in contention for the final game. So what table this is? This is currently, I think this is table 3. So these are like, because of the way, if these guys got max wins last turn, there's a lot of people all on max wins because there's so many players. So we're just taking cool matchups for now.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we'll have another cool matchup for round 5, and then round 6 will be the 2 people on 5 wins. And whoever wins that will be the champion of the event. So we're just trying to keep it interesting. We don't want the same person on the top all the time.
No.
Because it's alphabetical. So like if everyone's got loads of people getting max wins on BCP, I think it lays it out so it's alphabetical. So it'll be the same person on the stream all the time. So Toby's giving me a gesture and he's saying, "You are the coolest brother."
Yeah, those aberrants are still rolling more attacks with the aberrants. He's done the improvised weapons already with them, so he's managed to do 1 damage to them.
No. Scrivo with a beautiful comment. He says, "This is the best live Warhammer 40K coverage this weekend." Quite clear on this weekend because the only war game that also did live 40K coverage. So pro and engaging. Team should be proud, even Toby. Well, thank you very much, brother. That is super kind of you. We are doing our best. This is the first event Hellstorm Wargaming stream. It's the first event you've had at a stream team.
That's true, yes.
I know you streamed a couple of no retreat events, but you've all like diving and stuff. So this is the first time that we've streamed an event. I actually helped the Honest Wargamer with the LCO coverage back in January. We were saying earlier that Rob gave me the birds and the bees about streaming talk. And we're back with hopefully professional coverage, and I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. And we're doing our best. Hopefully we'll do more in the future. So
these playgrounds have a load of saves though to make apparently.
Okay.
I don't see them surviving.
No, there's a lot of attacks there. So we are in the Genestealer cult's combat phase. And they are being hit by improvised weapons and power picks of the Abominants. Aberrants.
I think the improvised weapons probably went downwards, but yeah, it's just a whole load of power picks. Yeah. Power picks and rending claws.
So we've got a unit of Aberrants which are consolidating now, and it looks like Darren has successfully remembered to bubble wrap that black hole in. That's big.
Yeah.
So these aberrants are going to be trapped in combat next phase, which means they can't be shot.
Yeah.
If Darren is using my weighted dice, take them off him. Bobby Hall says, bring Elliot with you next time. Elliot really wanted to come and stream, but sadly, because he's a teacher, he struggled to get the time off work, so never mind. Maybe next time. You haven't met Elliot yet, have you?
No, I haven't actually.
He's a massive pleasure. He's a bundle of joy. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get him on the streaming team very soon. So that looks like the end of the Genestealer cult's turn. Again, the Plague Burst Crawler in the middle of the board isn't bubble wrapped, this one here. But this Blight Hauler looks like it's been trapped in combat around here. So they aren't going to be coming out of combat anytime soon. He's the Banter King, exactly.
Yeah, so far he's got one Maelstrom point this turn.
Okay.
And he's managed to kill 2 units.
Okay, so...
Well, he killed one, and obviously the other one died from the explosion as well. So.
Sure. So Darren is on 2 primary so far, 5 secondary, I think. 2 primary, 5 secondary, and then at the end of the battle round we'll be updating the primary because they score at the end of the turn.
So far he's got 2 units.
So Toby's going to come over and tell us all about it. He's not, he's going. He's waving bye-bye. So we're going into Ross's turn 3, well, of the battle round 3. So what has he got left? He's obviously got the Plague Burst Crawler, which he's just pulled out of combat once again.
Again.
Oh,
it looks like he wants to put it back in combat.
He's doing a dance. He's doing a dance. He's going back in. He's pulling back out.
He's changed his mind.
You know, he's just pulling himself in and putting himself back out. You know, he's just having a great time by the looks of it.
It sounds it as well.
All the lists available anywhere. The lists are available on BCP. We don't currently have a copy of those. Freely available.
If you log into the BCP app or software again.
Yeah. You do have to be a subscriber to BCP, so I apologise for that if you aren't already a subscriber. But I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, Ross has got loads of Plague Marines. He's got 20 Plague Marines. He started with 3 Plague Burst Crawlers and 3 Blight Haulers, 2 Foul Blight Sponges for the Angry Flamer Dudes, 2 Demon Princes, and then Darren had loads of stuff.
Darren had, he had the Patriarch with Mind War and Acidosis, and I can't remember the relic was called, the Amulet to the Void.
Which prevents Overwatch.
It prevents Overwatch and gives +1 save for range weapons. He's got Abominance, he's got an Icon Ward, he's got 5 units of 5-man Acolytes with 2 rock stars in each of them. He's got 2 units of 10-man strong Aberrants, 2 improvised weapons in each, all the rest power picks.
He did have a unit of Jackals.
He had a unit of just Jackals, no demo charge, I think just a 4-man unit of Jackals, cheap. All the shotguns.
So a Clanverse and a Kellerman.
The 3 spectacular vultures that did so much this game.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how they go. So hopefully that's it. So I said we apologise that you don't have them currently available, but you can look at them on BCP. But hopefully that was enough to get you going.
And he's using the Cultic Fallen Emperor as well, as one might expect. It's just such a good breed.
Yeah, it's a pretty good list. So it's an amazing list.
I do like the other creeds as well. They do have their purposes. You know, Corporal Princes as well, all like rerolls to hit. It means you can save up on points and having to get stuff like banners and or primuses for additional bonuses to your hits and stuff like that. You don't need to purchase any of that because you're getting all these rerolls. That's very good. Just a Helix as well, +1 strength.
Codex Phil says, is there a way to watch the previous live stream? So, they are freely available to watch on SM Battle Report Facebook, because we're currently live streaming there. So, hello everyone on Facebook. We're currently live streaming on twitch.tv, so you can watch those on their videos on demand. And then the YouTube streams are going to be up later tonight. So basically, when you stream to YouTube, we have it set so the live stream goes private. That gives me time to chop it up, make it look pretty, and then we can put it back out on YouTube. So they're the 3 platforms you can watch it on. We're currently live streaming to those 3. If you want to watch it back, as I said, SM Battle Report Facebook, Twitch TV VODs, or we can watch it on YouTube later. So, and you can watch it for free. And you can watch it now.
Yeah, you can watch it now. That's the other option.
I mean, fair enough. Later on, when we finish this game in about, well, the game has got 40 minutes left in this round, and after that you can go watch it if you like. So, we appreciate you watching. It's really cool. So the cards for Ross's turn, we have Priority Orders Received, the controversial card. I hate this card. Yeah. So normally with this one, with refined strategy in these missions, you can get rid of the 6 Maelstrom cards. I normally get rid of this one because it causes too many agrids and it's always rubbish. So do you think he's got a card that he can score this turn with Priority Received, which means that only his Warlord can score it?
Yeah.
I mean, he technically can, but he's drawn to defend Objective 2, which is there.
That's not happening.
His Warlord is here.
That's not happening.
I'm pretty sure that I think the one just behind the Plague Burst Crawler is his Warlord. We'll get confirmation from Toby. Or it's this one here. We'll just find that out now. There we go. Magic finger from Mr. Ross Champion there. So this one at the bottom is his Warlord. So he's got to defend Objective 2, which is at the top. Which my screen has gone out of whack, I apologise. There we go, we lined it up. So that's not going to happen this turn.
No, that's not happening.
The next 2 cards are Secure Objective 5, and Objective 5 is where his Warlord is. So that's secured. He got it.
He could have got Priority Orders to secure 5.
He was 1 card away. 1 card away from getting that one. And then he has Hold the Line, so have 3 units in your deployment zone and none of your opponents. So there's no opponent's units in there, and I believe he has at least 2 units of Plague Moods, if not 3, in the deployment zone. So he'll be able to get Hold the Line.
He should get that, yeah.
He should get it. I'd be surprised if he didn't. If not, it's still the movement phase, I think. Oh, it looks like he's going to be rolling dice, it's definitely not. Ace Facer said it's an amazing list, beautifully engineered. It's almost like he wrote it himself by the sound of it. So going into the shooting phase for the psychic phase maybe?
No, shooting phase at the moment. Plague Marines are kind of just unloading all the bolters into the acolytes. He removed 1 of the units already.
That's fair. That's a good solid play because he's only holding 1 of the objectives currently. I think this is in the top corner. This is using aberrants, which means that's the Maelstrom objective.
Yeah.
This is the 4 pillars, which is being held by a unit of acolytes. So they're currently holding that one, and they're holding this one with another unit of acolytes. So Ross needs to deal with this furthest unit to draw the primary, which means it won't be losing the lead, getting lost behind in points. That's what I'm trying to say. We got there. It's been a long day, guys.
Right. Harry Ross used another one of his command points to reroll 1 of the rune goals.
Okay, so Ross is down to 5 CP. Yeah, so he's down to 5 CP. And I'm keeping up with it, everyone. So there you go, so 5 CP for Ross, 1 CP for Darren. So still got plenty to play with for the Genestealers, for the Deathguard, sorry.
Demon Prince now is also making a charge into the aberrants.
Okay. So he's going to go and try and clear up the Magnetic Blight Haulers, try and get them out for next turn.
Charging into the acolytes to try and finish them off as well.
Yeah. Gives him that extra movement as well. So when he gets to pile in, he'll be able to pile around them, just get them closer, start protecting his Demon Prince and stuff like that. So.
I suppose Warlord. I don't even think he needs that, but yeah, Stone's Warlord as well to take out those acolytes.
Yeah, exactly. It just protects any shooting coming in, right?
Yeah.
So just creates it, lets him bubble wrap.
This way, it's looking like he'll be able to find Plague Burst Crawler by next turn.
It does look like it, because then Blight Haulers are probably going to survive. And also the Demon Prince is going to go in there, try and reduce those numbers down, so he's not going to be hitting them when they come in. Is that a can of Coke on the table? It is a can of Coke and a pint of beer. Shall we tell him off? Shall we tell him off? As long as they don't start leaning into the middle of the board and pushing models around, we'll be okay, I think.
But we can't use models. This is my great team.
Drop pod coming in. So there you go. This looks like Overwatch for some charge. It's not Overwatch. It's alright, because Toby's going to tell us what's happening.
It's a Demon Prince against Abrams.
Oh, okay, so this is the saves. My apologies. So here we go. So how much damage is caused? We're just going to find out what damage was caused in there, because this is crucial combat. If these aberrants go down, the Genestealer is going to really be on the back foot.
Managed to take out 3 of the Aberrants on his own.
Wow, that's really good.
You need to start cutting them down now.
Yeah, there's creating a massive distraction in this corner. It's really holding up. So I think Darren's plan was to use these 2 units of Aberrants to kind of like drive a pillar through his army. So to just drive through there, kill all his hard-hitting units. But if Ross can slow these units down, hold them up this turn, he'll be in a really good position. Really good position.
Darren's forces are dwindling now, which is also lost his acolytes there next.
Yeah, so these acolytes have just died.
There. But
he's looking thin on the ground.
Yeah, he's starting to look a bit thin.
It's got a unit of acolytes here, what looks like the icon, and a couple of characters, maybe the Kelemorph is around here, I think. And then he's got
Yep. Kelemorph, the Icon Lords.
And then something else there. That might be another acolyte or something. And then you've got the unit of that Aberrants here and the unit of Aberrants here. So he is looking quite thin on the ground, but Ross is as well. But the thing is Ross's stuff is really hard to kill.
Yeah.
So who do you think's in a better position in a minute? Who knows?
Yeah, Ross just finished using the polite haulers, and now it's all the Aberrants.
Okay, so the Aberrants are starting to strike back now. This is crucial fighting phase. If you can get them out of combat this turn by killing everything, go straight into Demon Prince and finish them off. The spare Demon Prince though, not the Warlord.
Yeah.
There we go, piling time.
Trying to get the rest of his Aberrants in there.
Yeah. So Darren's already killed quite a few units already for the primary mission. Don't think Ross is quite caught up with that, so we'll have to see. We'll find out at the end how many units have been killed on both sides. Ross has killed 2 units of acolytes.
Ross has killed 2 so far, yeah. Darren killed 2, sorry. Ross has killed the 2 units of acolytes.
Yeah. So it might be drawn. So if you can take out these Mythic Light Haulers, then they'll be able to win the point on the primary. But we'll have to see how it goes. We are going to get an update for the table about all the damage that's been caused so far.
We've got 3 of the Aberrants striking back now, the Demon Prince, 2 of them with the improvised weapon.
Wow. Here we go.
Let's see. What
This is crucial.
Make out of this.
This is a crucial roll
I'm
now.
sure it would be magic.
So 6 is counted as 2 hits, so it looks like we've got quite a few hits there. Here we go.
I find it great though how the weapon is literally just like a lamppost.
It is quite literally a lamppost with cement on the end.
When it hits like a thunder hammer, like.
Can we get a Hellstorm drop pod emote, please? So we currently have 2 emotes on Twitch. We have saved the 3rd one for the first $25 subscriber. So whoever's going to be for the first subscriber, the highest tier, will be able to design the highest tier emote.
8 damage on that demon person.
Ouch! They only have, 8 wounds? Looks like he's failed some saves.
Yeah.
So how many wounds remaining on that Demon Prince? I imagine 3, maybe? 3 wounds remaining on the Demon Prince. There you go. It's almost like I knew. Also, very conveniently, Ross had separated his dice, which is very handy. So, again, that was a really big point. Yeah. Obviously, it's... No. He doesn't still have 1 left. It's providing all the rerolls.
Yeah.
He's got the suppurating plate, so he's super hard to kill. And he does more wounds back to you, but he's not in combat. He's only in combat with acolytes. It's good to clear up those objectives, but he's not really using that relic.
No, he's not.
No.
I think that it's basically who can keep staying alive for the longest, basically.
Exactly.
That's what it's down to now.
And they are both super resilient units.
Yeah. To be fair, they're both very resilient to their own spots.
So if they're both really resilient, does that mean neither's resilient? Because they cancel each other out? It just becomes a very, very slow game of Warhammer. That's what it becomes.
Nothing dies.
Nothing dies. No, nothing happens. But this is only turn 3. There's still at least another 2 turns in this game.
Yeah. There's 5 wounds remaining on that light tower.
Wow, 5 wounds. So 1 left, one on 5 wounds.
It's time to pick out
pick at it with his power
Pick at
picks.
it, yeah.
There you go. Here we go. So this is into the Black Hauler again, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is the Rending Claws. Toby's pulling the brilliant face right now. It's fantastic. So you go rolling to wound. It doesn't look good. There looks like a lot of 1s and 2s there.
No. Yeah.
2 wounds. Only 2 wounds onto the Black Hauler. Oh, it's under the wing. So
2 fails, yeah.
2 fails, so 2d3 damage. So 4 damage with Disgusting Resilient. Looks like he's made a few. Takes another couple of wounds. And he's down to... He's down to... We're going to fight. He's down to 3. There we go. How's the Pure Grey Knight player doing? I know I'm pretty sure he's won 2 games today.
I actually have no idea.
So, we're going to find out an update for the table. Hopefully we'll get Pardo's ominous voice to come in and tell us what's happening. Because the camera's disappeared, it's kind of like disappeared himself.
Yeah, he's not interested anymore now.
If the camera doesn't work, Pardo doesn't work either.
He's asleep on the sofa right now.
I mean, he deserves it. I'm pretty sure he overslept this morning because he was so tired after yesterday. So fair play to him. So we're riding solo, Julian. We got this. Only 30 minutes to go before the end of the round. But we are at the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. This is round 4. We're about to go into battle round 4. We currently have Darren versus Ross, Genestealer Cults and Deathguard. We saw a big whiff from Darren. He went first with
He's just whiffed again.
He's just whiffed again. Right now. Oh my God. First he whiffed with 129 strength 5 shots. What has he done now?
Now he's missed with all his abominants.
Oh my God. Darren. Did he forget to roll his dice?
That's probably what happened actually.
He has failed to, he's missed a couple of phases, he's missed a couple of sneaky tricks. But we're rooting for him.
Yeah.
He's a Genestealer cult with his broken flyers that don't do anything and his aberrants that can't hit anything. But he is scoring points. So let's get a catch up of how many points are currently on this at the end of this turn.
Ross has just got another Maelstrom point there.
Okay. So we're going to look at the primary. I imagine the Killmore is drawn. I think.
Well, I've noticed that those jackals don't appear to be there either, so I reckon he's got 3.
Yeah, but we'll find out. But Bobby has said that's bad karma from having drinks on the table. That's why he's forgetting. He's getting lost into the beer. So we'll just find out. As I said, we're just going to find out. But like, this is going into battle round 4 now, guys. So there's only 27 minutes left on the clock. So at least 2 turns, potentially 3 or 4 turns left. But neither player has a lot left. But I mean, to be fair, I think Ross has quite a lot more than it realises because of the castle he's making. So it looks like they've both won. Darren and Ross have both scored 1 point for the primary. So one of them holds more, which is Darren, and Ross actually killed more this turn.
Yeah.
So there we go. So they both are drawn on the primary.
It is awfully close.
It is literally still all to play for.
It is anyone's game so far.
Yeah.
I mean, the points are very, very even as well, so looking at a
quite literally
minor wins here, that's quite correct.
Yeah, exactly. So currently, if it ended now, the Darren would and Ross would draw the primary.
Yeah.
Darren would win a minor win on the Maelstrom,
Correct.
but Ross would win a major victory on the tertiary.
Yes.
So yeah, so it would have been Darren's win so far, but let's see what they can do with the rest of the turn, right? And the rest of the game. It's quite funny because I actually played Ross at No Retreat 7, round 3 on the Saturday, and we both did this as well. We had a slog, we forgot to do everything, we kept missing things, we kept making big mistakes, and we both slogged it out to a draw.
Wow.
Do you think we could see that again?
It's going that way, isn't it?
It does look like
it is going that way.
A complete dead draw. It was very funny because we were just like, oh my God, one of us has definitely won, and then we're like, oh, actually, there's a draw. But you know, 3 games in 1 day is a lot. It's a lot. But unless you're going to make a tournament a week long, you've got to do it. That'd be the much. Can you imagine a 7-day tournament, 7 rounds?
God.
That'd be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
It would be absolutely. It'd be a lot of time off work.
It would be a lot.
You'd have to make it a super cool holiday.
You would have to have a really good excuse for the wife, basically.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to go be the champion of this 7-day tournament. It is 7 days. Oh, it's only one game a day. It's fine. So we're going into, as I said, battle round 4 of round 4. Fours and fours. This is the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. It's a 6-round tournament. The first Grand Tournament in Gibraltar.
Correct.
Run by you, Julian, head TO.
Just me.
Of SM Battle
That's
Reports.
it, just me.
And all the rest of the SM team. But you're the head TO, don't forget. Julian, signed head TO.
That's it.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed.
So is anyone it is battle round 4. Toby's corrected me. When I said it was battle round 4, it's battle round 4. And it's round 4 of the event. So, I'm Mikey from Elston War Gaming. We have Julian from SM Battle Reports helping out. You feeling good?
Yeah. Great.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. We are currently streaming to twitch.tv, youtube.com and facebook.com. SM Battle Reports Facebook, Hellstorm War Gaming Twitch on YouTube. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. We guys said we're the 4th game in. 2 more games are going to be coming up tomorrow. But Ross with Deathguard and Darren with Genestealer are currently battling it out for the win today.
Yeah.
It's going into 4 wins into day 3.
Tell you what, it's going to be quite difficult now for either of them to get any of those kills.
It is
for
close.
the points for the primary.
Yeah.
The 4 pillars, because what's left pretty much isn't going to die.
So Ross is having a sit down. He's going to have a chill. Are you doing good, Ross? Are you okay? No, he says. He says no. That's horrific. Well, he's got a pint in his hand. He must be having a good time. So obviously, he's never played Genestealer Cups before.
Oh, it's a very steep learning curve.
Yeah, especially now because with the codex they're completely changed, really.
Yeah.
Like the units are the same, but the army. Every single charge.
How many was it then?
I think it was at least 7.
Charges, so
Yeah. So, going into battle round 4 for the Genestealer Cups, let's go through the cards, Julian. So we have defend objective 4. So objective 4 is this one
look like that's happening.
in this bottom corner. I don't think I missed. I don't think he's going to get that one. Funny enough, because the closest unit to that is this one. Nowhere
Well,
near.
he has just
Infiltrate.
ambushed those guys at the
This
bottom.
is a unit of acolytes, I believe. So
Yeah.
they're ones that returned to the shadows earlier, then they've come back around. So yeah, so secure objective 4, not happening. Hold the line. Have 3 units in your own deployment zone. So currently it looks like the deployment zone is search and destroy. So obviously it was something like this. That looks right. Currently it looks like he has 1 unit there.
You'll need 3 of his units.
Exactly. So, which is, unless he's going to pull back, which I very much doubt. And he's also in a movement phase, so he's definitely not going to get that one.
Yeah.
But then he has defend objective 4. So he's got, kill the unbelievers. Sorry, I mixed them up. Kill the unbelievers, not the non-believers. The unbelievers is score a pitch point at the end of this turn. Each enemy unit that is destroyed by Genestealer Cult or Brood Brothers unit, maximum 6 points. That's a really good card.
It is.
Just kill
Great.
stuff, get points. Keep it simple.
Up to 6 today, yeah.
Up to 6, yeah.
So good.
And then if he kills units, he also gets points from the primary.
And it's not specific to any phase either, so you can...
No, super good.
Kenomorph's just done 2 damage as well now to the Demon Pit, so that must mean one of his
Amazing.
pistols probably went through.
Yeah. So you can shoot. Yeah, it's got pistols, so you can shoot in combat and stuff like that.
Each
So-
2 damage a pop. So good, that guy.
2 damage,
So
yeah.
good. 60 points.
Cheap, very cheap.
I love the fact of Games Workshop, how the FAQs and stuff, when you reveal the blips, you can use Perfect Ambush them.
Yeah.
So you can basically, in your opponent's turn, they can move, and then you reveal your blip and shoot them in their turn.
That is horrific.
And what's even better is that Sanctus gets to do that strat for free.
No.
So that means that when you do it with the Sanctus,
No
you don't even
fake.
have to spend any of those 3 CPs.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get an update from Pardo in a bit, if he can. We've lost the camera, but Pardo's ominous voice is going to return to us. Everyone is missing Steve, and everyone wants to hear about Steve. We just won't be able to see him this time.
No.
But we'll let him go and get some notes about what's happening, because I'll tell you something, I need a breeder.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
We could get Pardo to here. Yeah, we could do that. So when we're going to have an update from Pardo, and Pardo's going to sit in our chairs. That's what's going to happen.
He's going to sit on our lap.
He is going to sit on our lap. If the microphone reaches. If not, we'll just have the voice. But he's going to go find out what's happening around the rest of the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. There are 72 players battling it out to be the champion of this event. So we got Pardo, the roving reporter, to keep us up to date with what's happening. So what Millhouse says, what's your opinion on Genestealer Cult, guys? I think Genestealer Cult is super strong. As you said at the beginning of the game,
they're great.
They changed the meta.
Completely. On its head.
As I said, Ross has just come over and he sat down, deflated with a pint and said, I have no idea what these guys do. And I think that's the same for most players at the minute.
That's the thing. That's why, well, that's one of the reasons why it's changing the meta so much at the moment.
Exactly, because no one really knows what's happening. They can take Tyranids with them, they can take Imperial Guard with them, take all the toys, get all the command points because they're really cheap, and just do what they want.
They lose out though if they go with the guards detachments. You only get half rounded up.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
the command points.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the sense of like the air wing detachments.
Because it's one.
It's just one, so you get the one. But like, if you're going to add like battalions and brigades, you do lose out on that one. But the Codex is so strong on its own, you don't need to use, need to do it.
Yeah, the vultures are just cherry picking, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to go for a battalion, you may as well go for the Genestealer battalion.
Yeah.
Because you want the extra special characters, because the Genestealers have so many characters, but they're all unique to one detachment.
Yeah.
So it's similar to the town commander rule.
Yeah.
So you can have 3 characters, but you've got to split them across 3 detachments. So you probably go like double Genestealer battalion, and then maybe like a separate detachment of guard if you want it.
There's ways around it though with the Genestealer cards, where you can get 2 and 1 detachments.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, but do you tell us all about it?
All out already. Well, you could use obviously save the points, reserve points.
Yeah.
And then there's a strat that lets you roll 3d6, and you can bring in a unit of worth that many power level or more.
So it's very similar to the Chaos Summoning.
Yeah.
But it's a
you
strat.
Have a list, put 1 Patriarch in there. In fact, if you don't even want the Patriarch because you want it, keep them off. Save 125 points. Use the strat on any other caster you've got, and you know, bring up.
Wow,
Patriarch.
amazing.
So a little trick for some of you people.
Yeah. So we're going to get an update from the table about what's happening. We are detouring a little bit, but Genestealer cults are super cool, and that's what we're saying. And they are currently battling it out to win Game 4 of the GT.
Yeah.
So what's happened?
So he's blown up the Black Border, and he spends another command point to auto-explode it and make D3 walking wounds.
So this one's exploding.
7 inches around it.
Wow, okay, so that'll be the other Blight Hauler will take a pop. Maybe these Plate Marines. And obviously the Demon Prince looks like he's died. The Demon Prince has been gone. We did actually miss that while we were talking about how cool Genestealers were. They're so cool. They took out a Demon Prince with no one noticing. Toby's giving me a discerning look, saying, "You're doing a terrible job." He's giving me the naughty finger. So there you go. So another CP spent by Ross. So he's down to 4 CP currently.
3.
He's down to 3 CP. He must use a reroll earlier. There we go. Sorry for missing that. So Darren with 1 CP, Ross with 3 CP. But yeah, it's a combat phase for the Genestealers in round 4. There you go, that's the Blight Hauler that just blew up. Gone. We saw like obviously blowing up D3 mortal wounds everywhere. It looks like the other Blight Hauler took a wound from it. He took 1 wound, so he's down to, I think they have 8 wounds each. 8
wounds, yeah.
Yeah, they do have 8 wounds. So like they're basically walking dreadnoughts, but super cheap.
Yeah, basically.
But they do only have the 1 kit so far. They only have the easy to build kit. They don't have any other kit out.
Have they not released it?
No.
I know there was like there was a big fumble, wasn't that, when in the release day of the Deathguard?
Yeah, because no one knew what they didn't know when the kit went out.
Yeah.
They had to wait like 4 weeks for it. But there you go. So, but they are super cool. They're really cheap to buy though, because they're easy to build.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So, and then obviously cheaping points as well. And a super solid unit. 3 dreadnoughts in a unit that are -1 to hit with an invuln and discuss resilience. Wowza. So there you go, look, there you go, here's the pile-in. Can he make it into the Playverse Crawler?
Yeah, they're consolidating.
Oh, like he's made it. He's touched everything. He's got every single arm and he's reaching out to every unit near him. All 4 arms are touching the unit. Some of them are even getting 2.
It is the cult of the floor.
Exactly. So there you go, the rest of the unit conga lining back in, doing that pile-in, going towards getting in there to kill the last Blight Hauler by the looks of it. I've got to say, as much as Darren is forgetting stuff, he is playing the consolidation pretty well at this point.
Yeah, he is.
He missed a couple early on, now he's making up for it. He's making up for lost time. So here we go, the attacks from the Aberrant into the Blight Hauler. There's only on 7 wounds. So here we go. He rolled 2 6s bad luck, so it's 2 extra hits. Oh no, that must be, it looks like he didn't get that. My apologies. It looks like a 6, it might have been a 5. We have got the same view for you guys, so that's why we're watching. Toby's just keeping us up to date with what's happening. You ready? So Steve Pardo is going to come on and talk. We're going to have a really awkward change. So Julian's going to jump up and and then Pardo is going to take over the microphone and tell us all about what's happening at the event. So we'll just do that. We'll be back in 1 second.
Hello guys, so different view from me. Hope you've enjoyed the live stream. I know it's been a really close game. I actually think it's a very close game. Haven't been actually looking at it, but it's a close game, isn't it? Yeah. So I hope you've been enjoying it. I've got a couple of updates. So one of the cameras was a bit faulty, so we're trying to fix that up. But I've got a couple of updates on games that have actually finished and some games that are about to finish. It's very, very interesting at the moment. Again, the top tables, we've had some surprises and some actual games that I thought had started badly for a certain player has switched over to a different view. So a couple of finished games at the moment. So Boris Mischev from the Mad Moon Cafe Club, he's actually won against Clemente. Clemente had guard army, so Acadian guard army with a knight. He's actually got 28 points there for Boris, so he's going to shoot up to at least table 3 or 2. We've got Sean Morgan and his Thousand Sons who played Angel Bizarre, so a lot of Spanish viewers. I know there's been people actually watching a live stream. He's a really good YouTuber from Spain. He's playing Drukari, again a Talos list as well, very important Talos list. He's actually got full 32 points on there, so again I'm sure we're going to see him in the top tables tomorrow morning. Very interesting to see who Angel actually gets to, and a very nice guy as well, and a very, very strong list at the moment. We move over, we've got on table through, we've got Luke Hewitt and Joseph Moscardini. I think Joseph is about to win this. I actually thought that it was a really tough matchup for Joe. As soon as the game started that they were deploying, I actually had a chat with Joe, and I said, like, this is going to hurt if he goes first. He agreed with me. He actually didn't get first turn and lost 2 repulsors in turn 1. But he's managed to hit back hard, strong. He's got a lot of movability. He's got a lot of firepower, even losing those 2 tanks on turn 1. And he's managed to cripple Luke's army quite a lot. And he's actually winning both on primary and secondary by quite a margin. So I think he's actually got this, and he's on table 3. So we maybe get him on turn 2 and 1, and maybe actually see him on the live stream again tomorrow. Moving on table 7, it's just finished. We've got Jay Middlecoat, so he was on the live stream before. He's actually got 19 points with his knight, so a good win for him after losing the game before. And he played Craig Murchie with, again, Drukari. So Drukari very, very strong in this event. There's a lot of Drukari in the opening top tables. Craig's still got a worthy 13 points. Really nice army, actually. I really like the white on those Talos. Moving over, we've got table 8. We've got Toby Lydiard and his Custodes. He's played Adrien Bonal from France. Adrien Bonal has just won the game. He hasn't got full marks, but he's got 28 points, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Moving over, so Chema, we've spoken about Chema's list, and another great little black horse there. He played Dark Horse, sorry.
he played David McGill, my dark horse for the event, with his Custodes. It didn't look good for him in the opening turns, and like I spoke before, Chema was a bit scared about his list because he hasn't played a lot of Custodes, he said, and especially hasn't played a lot of the Forge World stuff. It could be a draw on the Maelstrom, but I think Chema's taken the primary. It's about to finish, the game's about to finish, but I think Chema's taken the primary, but a good couple of points for David there for McGill. So it could help David drop a bit down and then win in the next 2 games on tomorrow. And lastly, on table 1, we have Matt Triggy, who was on the live stream in his guard. He was playing Ben Jones in his Drakari, and the game's still on. It's turn 5, but I'm quite sure Ben Jones has taken the game in both primary, secondary, and tertiary as well. So that's my update for now. That will be my last tape for now. Mike's back here. Mike, how's it going? Tired?
1 second. There we go. I'm live. There we go. Hello, everyone. Sorry for that.
Hello. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Are you tired?
Yeah, I'm very, very tired. Good.
So it's been a great day.
Yeah.
And that's a good game. And apparently, I've heard a lot of comments on the Facebook group and stuff that it's going to a really tight game. Isn't it?
It is super tight. So we've just actually, and Darren just ended his turn.
Okay.
He just scored 1 more Maelstrom point. So
Okay.
he's currently 1 point ahead overall.
Overall, okay.
So it's
Nice.
really, really close. It was 1 point ahead with Maelstrom before. Now he's 2 points ahead, but Ross has his turn 4 now.
And what's the time now?
So they have 9
So
minutes.
it probably
remaining.
finishes this turn, maybe.
Yeah, we might be able to squeeze that turn 5 in.
Maybe, let's see.
But they
Yeah.
have to be quick though.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Let's go back to the game.
Yeah, I'll call Julian. Yeah.
Call Julie. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Pardo. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the game.
Julian.
So there you go. As you said, it is now battle round 4. I'm just going to update the scores. So Darren has scored, he's on 3 primary, 6 Maelstrom, and 0 tertiary. Ross is on 3 primary, 4 secondary, and 1 tertiary. So there you go. How you doing, Julian?
Yeah.
You all right? We all wired in?
I'm all wired up, set up.
Ready to become one with the Omnisire?
Yeah.
There we go. So,
Coming into the Matrix.
like I said, it's battle round 4. It's Ross's turn 4 at the top of the turn. It looks like we're just maybe getting a little bit more of a pile in. Right, okay. So that is it for turn 4. No one's going to get in primary because they drew killing and holding.
Yeah.
So there we go. Looks like they might have done super quick turn. Is it turn 5 now? So Ross had a super quick turn, so quick that we missed it. It
Yeah.
was super fast. So it is actually battle round 5.
Ross hasn't achieved any of the Maelstroms yet because he's not defend, so we're just
Okay.
waiting on that. I
So
know
the end
Darren in that Kill the Unbelievers, he only got 1 unfortunately.
Okay, so there you go. So that's why he's on 6 points. So not too bad from both players. As I said, super close game. Ross has got a couple of defends, so maybe he'll get some points from those in this turn. Jump back in with a draw on the Maelstrom, which if it did end, which it could do.
Which it could very well do. The time's
Time is ticking.
7 minutes.
There's 7 minutes remaining in this round. And if it does end, it will be a dead draw. That would be hell. Yeah. Well, then again, would it be a dead draw? I bet it'd be wrong. So we'd have a draw in primary, maybe a draw in secondary, but then Ross currently has 1 tertiary point.
Ross does have 1 tertiary point.
So Ross would take the win currently.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's no units that don't line break or anything.
No, doesn't look like it. And if they do, they're going to get slowed down by this wall of Plague Marines that's around here. They'll find the aberrants. We'll be able to deal with those. But then the Plague Burst Crawler will dive in for Linebreaker.
Exactly.
So that may be a win.
Stop that.
Interesting. It's very, very close, this game, guys. It's very interesting. Thank you for sticking out for all this day. 9 hours of gaming is nearly complete. You think you come to an event to stream it, you think, no, I'm not playing, there's no stress, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to talk for 9 hours, easy.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
It's not easy at all.
So a quick roundup of the game so far. Darren took the first turn. He had 3 vultures, loads of characters, lots of stuff in reserve. The 3 vultures flew over, shot into 1 unit of Plague Marines. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
129 shots. 9 of them being -1 AP. 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 dead plague marines. There we go.
Awesome. Job done.
Turn 1 for Ross was kill a vulture, half kill another vulture, get rid of loads of infantry, and start killing some bikes. We were like, Ross is doing really well. Darren's turn 2, everything comes out of reserve. All the aberrants are out there, all 20 aberrants. 20 aberrants come out of reserve, charge into all the plague-based crawlers, kill 2 of them, start dealing wounds, start tying up plague-based crawlers. So basically, this plague-based crawler in the middle of the board was only shot on the first turn.
He's only shot for the sun, yeah?
Yeah, it's now 10-5.
It's been
But it's
driving
not
around
dead.
getting stuck in combat all day long.
It has. It's shot a couple of flavors in Overwatch, but it's only had 1 natural shooting phase.
Yeah.
So that was like turn 1 and 2. Basically, Darren has been like piloting them aberrants, like fighting through the wall of resilience, and Ross has been holding up that myphetic wall of dominance. Like, no, this is my spaceship. You're not coming through here. But the blight haulers have got down. The aberrants are slowly filtering through. There is still a blight hauler left. The wall is not broken.
The other aberrants have reached the marine unit as well, so...
Yeah, exactly. So 1 unit still in combat with the blight hauler, but then 1 unit is here in combat with the plague marines.
Are pushing through.
Yeah, we do have a unit of plague marines here, running up with the plague-based crawler. So Ross is still quite healthy really with his list.
Yeah,
He's still got quite a lot on the board. But we'll just have to see what can happen. I said this game could end this turn. If Darren doesn't score any points, it might look like Ross might steal it away from him.
It does look like, I mean, there's again 4 minutes on the clock before more turns will be able to be started or played out. So
there you go. Looks like something. We're getting an update from the table. Toby is filtering the info. Let's find out what's going to happen. What's happened? If you wanted to play Marines colours, they should get within the objective. More than likely.
Just heard that Darren tried to assault the plague crawler, and Ross decided to get 12 auto hits with his flamer spitters and wipe them out.
Oh, from the acolytes. Oh, that is horrific. If only he would have cast mass hypnosis on it.
Exactly.
Oh, Darren. Did he have a psychic phase this turn? Did he try to do that?
He probably forgot.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, he did. He tried to cast smite on the blight crawler, but okay.
Okay. So trying to just get out of combat, basically.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's a good play. So obviously Ross's Warlord is miles away, is right down here, out the way from the aberrants. Darren's Warlord just being here. So we don't think we're going to see Slay the Warlord in this game. I can't see Slay the Warlord going off this game
No,
at all.
no, not at all.
I can see a line breaker from Ross when he moves up to there. But we'll also probably have a line breaker here for the other deployment zone. Maybe, I'm not sure. That's not a very good drawing. So
it's spot on.
It's spot on, yes indeed. The sarcasm was definitely lost there. But he will be. Maybe he'll get another primary for holding more objectives. Ross is currently holding 2 objectives. Darren is currently holding what looks like 1 objective now. But if he can kill the unit of plague marines, they will both hold. Ross will hold 1 and Darren will hold 2, giving him a primary point.
Well, yeah, Ross is holding one of the pillars there. Darren isn't holding anything.
No,
Ross has killed the unit that charged.
A lot. Yeah, so the other pillar is under this unit, right? This unit of plague marines.
They will probably
so if these aberrants run through it, Darren will hold this one. Ross will hold this one, so it'll be another draw. Right. Because these aberrants can't hold this objective.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because they're not troops.
Oh, right, of course. Those are acolytes up there, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're acolytes at top right, holding the top right pillar.
2 aberrants. Plowing through.
Yeah, so the aberrants are trying to deal with this objective, probably scoring line breaker, but also stop Ross getting more.
Yes, well.
It's close.
It's very close, yeah.
This is a great game. Round 4 of the Gibraltar Grand Tournament, coming at you live from Gibraltar. So we've got 2 more games tomorrow, starting at 9:15 British Summer Time +1 time zone, because we do have a time zone change tonight. We're going to come at you with round 5 and round 6, where round 6 will be the 2 players on max wins, hopefully, if they both agree to play in the stream, to become the champion of the Gibraltar GT. We do have Darren with Genestealer Cults from Twisted Dice. and we have Ross with Deathguard from Rapid Fire Wargaming. They do blogs and stuff as well as having an Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. The blogs are pretty good. They had Lewis, your No Retreat 7 champion, did a blog for you the other day.
Yes.
So that was pretty good. It was a good read. So it looks like a disgusting resilient roll, I believe. It looks like against the Plague Marines. So we just had the no more turns call, so this is the final turn of the game. And Anvil C5 says too much melee combat. Cole and the Admech didn't slave all night in for over a hot 4 drill, so you can slap each other with swords of swords. Use that plasma. Okay. So Ross has got this tactical objective, disgusting devotions. Whilst this tactical objective is active, keep a tally of number of successfully disgusting resilient rolls you make in each turn. Score 1 victory point if you successfully made 7 this turn. So, has Ross just scored this one?
He just scored that one.
Wow.
He's lost his Plague Marines though in the process. But
He has.
he did score that.
But he did score that, so that puts him on 5 points to Darren's 6.
Wow.
He's still got that defend.
This is great. It's a great game.
Yeah, this is a fantastic game. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We are live on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube all at the same time. Hellstorm Wargaming's Twitch and Facebook and SM Battle Reports Facebook page. We're going to get an update of the score.
Okay, so that was Darren's last turn there. No Maelstrom cards or points for him there.
No points whatsoever.
Wow.
So there we go. So we're going into Ross as the last turn of the game. So Ross is currently 1 point behind for the Maelstrom, drawn primary.
Well, he did have a defend card, so he might be getting an additional 2.
Maybe.
Finding out how.
It's on 6. Can't hear you. So we've got
Right, so
he gets another 2
Ross
points.
would have got 2 points as well for defending objectives.
Okay, so it's currently 3-6-0 for Darren, 3-7-1 for Ross. 7, Nagel's number.
It is.
Is that going to take him to the win?
It looks like it.
So currently for primary, let's have a look. So primary, they are both holding 1 objective, so that's going to be drawn because Ross is holding. Let's find my mouse. Ross is holding this objective for the 4 pillars, and Darren is holding this objective for the 4 pillars. So hold more is drawn.
Yeah.
Darren did kill a unit of Plague Marines down here, but I don't think he killed any other unit this turn.
Darren killed just them, yeah.
Just them.
Or, yeah, just.
So if Ross can kill a unit this turn, they will draw in the primary.
Yeah.
If Ross can kill 2 units this turn, he'll win the primary, which is huge. But we're going to find out exactly what's happened to make sure we are correct. But this is super close, guys. What a fantastic game for the last round. Oh,
Right,
hold up, nudge gate.
Darren forgot, as usual.
Oh no. Oh no.
To do the combat with his Patriarch. So he's just on the Patriarch now. He's managed to kill off that Blight Mauler. And again, Ross has used the CP to make him explode
Forced
and
it to-
D3 more wounds all round.
Amazing. So what that means is Darren has killed 2 units this turn.
Yes.
Oh, stop pressing enter, Mikey. So Ross is down to 2 CP, forcing that Blight Hollow to explode. So that's 2 units killed for the primary mission. So Ross needs to kill two units this turn.
Right, from that explosion, the Patriarch almost died. He's just barely left him on the wound now.
Oh God.
So almost slayed the Warlord there as well.
That would have been a landslide. I think that would have been a landslide for Ross there.
Yeah.
If he can deal with that this turn, then I'd say so. Darren's killed 2 units. They both drawing the primary for hold more. So Darren has killed 2 units. So if Ross can kill 2 units, he'll draw the primary of the game. If he can kill 3, then he'll draw the game. He'll win the primary and probably win the mission. We're going to get an update of exactly what's happening. We want to make sure you guys are live. We're live. We want to make sure you guys are getting the full information. But this is a super close game for round 5. So let's find out exactly what happens. So So what's happened?
Well, basically, if Ross can manage to kill off those final acolytes that he's got, it's pretty much game set.
I think so, yeah. So I said, Darren has killed 2 units this turn. Ross just needs to match that.
Yeah.
Well,
if he kills those acolytes, he's got 1 of the pillars already. So that'll give him a minor win, because he's got those.
Yeah, exactly. So he kills the acolytes, which is 1 unit for the kill more, but it's also knocks Darren off an objective, so he'll get a point for that. So they'll both get a point currently if Ross kills the unit of acolytes. If Ross can kill another unit, then Darren won't get a point. Ross will get a point. Take the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary. Wowzer. That is a pretty close game, everybody. This is the last turn of the game. Ross, all he has to do is kill the unit of acolytes to basically win the mission. It looks like he's moving. Hopefully not off that objective, goddamn.
Yeah, it looked like for a moment he was moving off the objective. Like, what are you doing?
I panicked a lot. So obviously Ross, the thing is with this, because Ross knows the game's ending this turn, he has a massive advantage. So he can play ballsy because there's no retaliation. So he can move his Plague Burst Crawler, within like just over an inch of any unit and not get charged next turn, because this is the last turn. So we're just going to find out what he's going to do with it. But yeah, the Demon Prince looks like he's going to go fight some aberrants. Is that brave? That is the ward.
That isn't wise, no.
No, that is silly.
Yeah.
That is a silly move.
I don't understand the reason for that.
Maybe he's feeling ballsy, maybe he's like, I'm going to take max points. What he should be doing is just killing the acolytes to win the game.
Apparently, it's not going to be charging the others, it's going to charge the dominant, I'm hearing.
Interesting.
That's even worse.
Yeah. What's he doing?
He might have changed his mind.
The thing is Ross, hopefully they can't hear what we're saying, because that would be terrible. We are quite far away, but this is the last turn. If Ross kills a unit of acolytes with a mortar, there's currently like 3 left, he'll win the game.
Yeah, straight up.
If he kills another unit, he'll win the game with a landslide. What unit could he kill?
I think Ross has changed his mind though.
Thank God for that.
It's got some sense.
Thank God for that. It is so tense, guys. This is the last turn of the game. Ross has got a really high lead. But both are building 1 objective. There aren't many models left on the board. Maybe he's going to go for a smite if the Abominant's got a couple of moves left. He has taken a couple of explosions.
Yeah.
So, Jesus Christ. Charles Sim there with a panicked face. It is so close right now. It is stressful. I'm stressed. Everyone's stressed. It's a very stressful event. It's not really, but...
Stressful for them.
It's stressful for them and for us.
How many rolls has he got wrong?
I can't answer that. It's close. There's quite a crowd watching. I hope there's a crowd watching on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, so thank you very much. Tristan is looking like he's giving some moral support to Darren, but I think it's too late for the moral support.
I think
it's already too late. So here we go. So Ross is thinking what he's got to do. The thing is the timer has now ended, but according to a rules pack, as the rules pack is written, that means you can't start any more turns.
Correct.
So Ross is going to have full time to finish his turn, and then that'll be the end of the game.
that'll be it.
So here we go, shooting phase. We're going to find out what's shooting. Toby's talking, so he's not getting his updates, but we'll find out exactly what's happening. Mr. Moscadini from Game 1 is distracting him, that's what's happening. Darren is, if he loses that acolyte, loses the primary, that's it, that's game, set, and match. So here we go. It's the shooting phase for the Deathguard. There's a lot of pondering, they're talking, I think they probably both realise that if the acolytes die, that's it.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens.
It's just a matter of
if they can actually do it.
he can do it, yeah, that's the thing.
It's not an auto kill. It does have to
Has he
auto.
moved that Plague Burst Crawler?
He certainly has.
Certainly has. You're hitting on 5s now.
So here we go.
So you're hitting on 5s, D6 shots, you know?
It's not good. But it will kill an acolyte every time. That looked like the flamers going to the aberrants.
Yeah.
So here we go. D6 shots. Has he just got? He's just got 6 shots. Oh my god. How many hits? 2 hits. 2 wounds. -2, so that's 2 dead.
I think the Patriarch's too nearby to
actually kill them. Oh.
He's going to have to kill them. Or nothing.
He should have just drove that plague burst crawler right next to him and just killed the Patriarch.
Yeah.
This is close, guys. This is super close. We're just very tense. We're trying to keep up with exactly what's happening. So here we go. Well, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what's shooting now, but he did roll a 1.
Yeah, looked like a 1 to me. Yeah.
So he looks like taking a couple of saves on the aberrants. Toby's going to get us full info for exactly what's shooting. This is the last turn, the last few moments of the game. The crucial fire is coming in right now, and we're going to. And guess what? I know what happened. Toby knows what's happened. And Julian, what's happened?
The Foul Blight spawns only managed to do 1 damage to those aberrants.
Oh yes, because obviously he has a sneaky Foul Blight spawn just here with his flamer.
Yeah.
And they obviously reduce damage by 1.
Yeah.
So they're doing 2 damage, and then they have a 5 up ignore damage. So 1 wound caused.
So it's very close because I don't know how Ross is going to be able to kill the units.
So it all depends on what cards he has at this point.
It depends.
So they're probably going to draw in the primary. No, maybe not.
No,
maybe
yeah, but the
Darren will win the
Darren's
primary.
got 2.
Yeah.
Well, at the
So
moment,
he's got to kill that unit
they're drawing.
aberrants in a minute.
Well, they're drawing on the objective side, and
Yeah.
Darren's still winning on the killing. So
Oh, this is so tense. This is so close. Can Darren hold on and win the game?
Charging in there now.
Here we go. So if Ross kills his unit, that would be super good. But if he doesn't and the Warlord gets killed,
Oh god, that'd be even worse.
bearing in mind that those Malefic Talons are only 1 damage in combat because it reduces all damage by 1.
Exactly.
So 1 damage, 5 up ignore,
Yep.
getting hit back by power picks and improvised weapons.
D3 damage each of those power picks.
Oh,
And he's still got the improvised weapons as well. They hit like 5 damage without minus 2.
exactly. So here we go. 2's to hit. It was like all hit. 3's to wound. It was like 5 wounds.
5, yep, correct.
5 wounds. So saves coming in. Did he get a save against -2?
No, you don't get saving against -2.
So it's
They
just.
just go straight to a field of pain.
There you go. So the 4 wounds gone through. So there we go.
Darren hasn't forgotten the -1 to the wound. And just removed 2 guys for that reason.
I don't know. I don't know at this point. It's way far gone. But he's still got to hit back with the improvised weapons and all the power picks.
I tell you what, they're going to be out of morale range, so. And I think that only leadership 7
Okay. So he's lost 2. So on a 6 he'll lose 1 more. But he won't lose the unit.
so far, yeah.
Unless he causes wounds onto the Demon Prince, because the Demon Prince has the suppurating plate, which gives him a 2 up armor save, but also if you cause a wound to him, on 4+ you do mortal wounds back.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll be able to kill a couple more, make him fail that morale.
Exactly.
Here we go. Rolling to wound.
And,
That's a lot of wounds.
that is a heck of a lot of
Ross
wounds.
is shaking his head, he's not happy. 12 wounds. Is that the rending clause? I believe that's the rending clause. So here we go. 2 up armor saves. Oh god. It's going in. How many failed saves? It looks like, what, 4 failed saves? 1 damage each. 3 failed saves. Discuss the resilient. So now he's going to do 2 mortal wounds back to him. On a 4. Oh, 3 mortal wounds. On a 4+ it goes off. So mortal wounds back at the aberrants. Three more wounds, 3 more saves. Looks like he's taken 2 more wounds from the aberrants. From the suppurating plate. He's only got 3 aberrants remaining.
3 aberrants. Wow.
So there you go. Looks like some more saves coming in from some other weapons.
Oh,
We're gonna get full
Demon
update.
Prince has just died.
Oh no, that is Slay the Warlord for Darren.
Oh, wow.
Both Demon Princes are destroyed now.
He just handed Slay the Warlord.
Can we just confirm that that is Slay the Warlord, Toby?
Yeah.
It is. That is Slay the Warlord to Darren.
Wow,
That
he's
is
just
huge.
thrown away tertiary there.
No, that was a silly move.
Yeah.
Especially since he's run away and not got Linebreaker.
Exactly.
Ouch. That might be game. I think that is game. We're gonna find out the
That
full.
also gives Darren an additional point for Witch Hunter as well.
Oh no! You are kidding.
Now they're perfectly even.
They're literally perfectly even. However, so we're gonna find out the final score of that. But that is the end of the game by the looks of it. So currently the score is. It's currently drawn on primary. Drawn. For what? For what? Oh, we've done that, yeah. So it's currently 3-7-1 drawn. So currently, so basically we've updated the scores. We've got to see if there's any line breakers.
Yeah.
Which I think the potentially the Genestealers have got.
Potentially they could.
But it does have to be
like
wholly within, so it has to be every model has to be within the deployment zone.
not for Linebreaker.
Is it not?
No.
Are you sure?
Really sure, yeah.
I'm stressed, Julie. You can't say that.
I'll
1 point. Okay. So there we go. So I think that kind of settles it. So Darren scored 1 point because he killed more units in his turn.
Yeah.
We'll look at line
If
breaker.
at the end of the battle you have at least one model within the enemy deployment zone.
Okay. So we'll find out with Toby if Darren has line breaker. Does Darren have line breaker? Does Darren have line breaker? Yeah. 2-1.
Yeah,
Okay. So there you go. So let's update the scores properly. Toby just corrected us with the score. So it's currently, at the end of the game, 4-7-2 to Darren, 3-7-2 to Ross.
Wow.
So that is a minor primary win for Darren, but then 2 draws are there. So a super close game.
Wow.
Massive throwaway there. Had Ross not thrown in that Demon Prince, he would have still won, but he would have gotten a few extra points. He would have still lost, but got extra points out of it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he would have, if he wouldn't have thrown away that Demon Prince, he would have won the tertiary and got a minor victory on the secondary.
Cool.
It's the reason why they've drawn the secondary is because he threw away his Demon Prince.
But he needed to
Darren
kill
gave
more
Witch
units,
Hunter.
right?
Yeah, but if he wouldn't have lost that Demon Prince, he would have got a minor victory on the secondary and 4 points in the tertiary.
Yeah, exactly.
Would have worked out more points in total.
Yeah. So let's drop the headphones and let's go back to the pretty cam. Let's see what you look like.
Pretty calm.
There we go. So that was round 4 of the Gibraltar Grand Tournament. Congratulations to Darren from Twisted Dice for managing to take down the Deathguard foe of Ross Champion. What a crazy game.
That was
Absolutely
so
crazy.
good.
It was so good. All of these games on the stream, and I think probably around the event, obviously Pardo has been keeping up with all the games happening everywhere, but every game on the stream has been so tense.
Yeah.
Every player has just been so amazing, but all the time they've been so gracious to each other and so polite, which is amazing. So everyone's had a great time.
It's great to see the level of sportsmanship as well. Like Darren, for instance, forgetting his sword from
exactly.
near the end, and
so at least
allowing him.
Exactly, which is super nice. I mean, there was that one time he forgot his shooting phase, which he didn't let in, but that was so clutch. He really needed that psychic power to stop the Plaguebear Scroll overwatching so he could charge acolytes in.
Yeah.
So fair enough. So Ross is a pretty sound dude, unless it's a super clutch moment.
And
then he's like, no, hardball. No, you can't have that psychic phase. Yeah, I want to overwatch. So a great game.
Yeah.
Vultures don't do anything.
No.
Aberrants are horrific.
They are, absolutely.
And Deathguard don't die.
Yeah. And don't forget to bubble wrap.
So Cyrus Twitch says, hey Mikey, why aren't places in BCP? So if it's been asked already. So they're currently private. aren't they, the placings? Unless
Yes,
you are a player yourself.
They are private so far.
We don't want people like working out where they are, who they're playing next, and getting advantage,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that is the end of round 4.
It is.
So how did you find streaming and live commentating, Julian?
It's good laugh, good fun. Yeah.
So hopefully everyone's enjoyed that. So I've been Mikey from Hellstorm. This has been Julian from SM Battle Reports. We're going to be live tomorrow, 9:15, British Summertime +1.
+1, yeah.
So don't forget the time change.
Time phones will tell you.
So yeah, thank you very much. I've been Hellstorm, this has been SN. You've been fantastic, and hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow. Yeah, nice one. Catch you later, guys.